up to auction. So I think we're number 508 lot number, which is at 144 now. So I thought we'd just play the game, and yeah, obviously I didn't get set up properly, but we'll still have a chat and see what we can do, eh? Got to work out how to get comments on, which is that one. Live chat messages are visible. There we go. Righto. So let's see what sells and what doesn't. So that's a wild looking thing, isn't it? Look at that. Madness.
It's a 1931 Ford Model A.
Righto.
39,000 miles on the odometer. It's a 201.
You got to wonder, 1931 Ford Model A, and they're worried about what's on the odometer, like as if that's real. But yeah. But yeah, so the Liberty's been there for a week. It finishes today, obviously, in about an hour, I think it is. The bidding, it had a reserve of 7.5 on it, and they rang me about an hour ago, and old mate said, do you want to lift the reserve? And I'm like, oh yeah, might as well. And as soon as he did, jumped straight to 9 grand. So if I can get 10.5, that'll clear 10 grand on it, which will be okay. Yeah, I've got a Valiant Ute I want to buy, actually, off a mate named Benny, so we'll go up and see him soon. But yeah, all this stuff that's up there at the moment seems to be from the one collection. So yeah, 20 grand. I don't know about you guys, but the Model T stuff, I can't see any comments. Are any of you guys commenting? Some messages such a potential. Live chat messages. How do I get the messages to come up? There we go. When am I dropping some videos? I want to do videos all the time, Lukey, but it just time and the stuff I'm working on. I'm doing a motor in a CX-7 at the moment, and you just don't want to watch that. I'm just getting in money because I've got cars coming up. So, cool. Yep, I can see you there, CF1000. So yeah, so Lloyd's Auctions is on today. Apparently they do these auctions I'll try and get my head out of the way a bit. I tried getting set up and doing all this stuff to hold the camera and but anyway, it was getting to the point where I just had to just get started, and we'll look at the cars. What'd that sell for? 21.5 grand. It's not quite my cup of tea, but it seems cheap for something in that sort of condition, you know what I mean? Like it's yeah. When I was down there, when I was booking the Liberty Inn, there's actually a Mad Max XB Falcon with the supercharger hanging out the bonnet, and one of the MFP cars too, like the XB with the yellow and red and stuff. There was a 944 Porsche down there, a turbo one. There was R33 Skylines. So there is a lot of good stuff coming through in these auctions that I did notice. So my car goes up in about an hour. It's already at 9 grand, so the RS Liberty. It's mint though. Like I took the car to Grays to start with, and I took it down there a few weeks ago. Oh, it's still going at 23 grand. I took it down to Grays online because I've sold a few cars through Grays before, and it was down there for like 3 weeks. And then I just drove back down there in the truck and went in and just said, what's going on with my car? They hadn't even assessed it, booked it in, nothing. So I just picked it up, dropped it off to Lloyd's, and Lloyd's were awesome, like really good onto it. The guys that come out knew exactly what the Liberty was. Like for you guys that don't know what the Liberty is, so it's an RS Liberty, so 92 model, and they're the predecessor to the WRX. So all-wheel drive system the same. The Scoop doesn't run to an intercooler though, because they run a water to air. It actually side drafts the air onto the exhaust housing of the turbo to cool the exhaust housing. They're a pretty cool sort of car, and this thing's mint. Like you would have seen the videos of me doing this thing. Underneath is spotless. Yeah, I'm not sort of doing this video to advertise my car. It's just interesting to watch some videos. Sorry about me holding my phone and stuff. It's just, yeah, like a kid in a candy shop looking around my yard. Yeah, rebuilt the lion in the, yes, that's your toad from one. Oh, nice. So, swagging with Ben there, he got me to tow a blue VTSS, so still running your 5-litre V8. Yeah, back to a mechanic at Chinchilla. He picked it up from Wandai, so that's good to hear from you, buddy, that it's coming along. Awesome. Yeah. It had weird rust in that VT where the window seal wasn't in properly and it looked like it had leaked down. But yeah. So what do we got? 1929 F model. Model A, so it must be a hot rod if it's got an auto in it.
Thank you. Current bidding 19,000, Anthony. The hammer is up.
Oh no, it is. It's still just older stuff. I'm not really into this sort of stuff. I don't know about you guys, but there is a lot of good stuff coming up. What happened to the V8 SS Ute you got a few years ago? Everything's still here. The cars are here. As a lot of you guys know, I started doing towing 10 years ago to find cars, to run a restoration business, to build my cars. So I'll buy cars, they come in, I accumulate everything I need, engines, gearboxes, trim pieces, all that sort of stuff. And my daughter's got another couple of years at uni. Once she's out of uni, my plan is to just be at the workshop with you guys building cars all the time. But if I tried to buy all those cars today that I've collected, I'd never be able to afford them. So I sort of worked. I know it's frustrating the cars are sitting here, and it's frustrating to me too. Yeah, the VS Ute, the grey one. I know the one you're talking about. When it come in, it had the wrong auto in it, so they changed it to carby. So it runs and drives now. It's out the back there. I've got a VPSS front bar for it. All the kit's gone off it, but yeah. These Thunderbirds, so where are we at? These Thunderbirds are very underpriced, I reckon.
Thunderbirds are a go.
I have a mate who has a huge collection of car projects, parts like yourself. If you ever chase yourself, what sort of whereabouts is he, Lukey? I like these Thunderbirds. What do you guys think of them? I don't mind them, and they cheap like this thing. I reckon will go for. I reckon it'll be 20, 22 grand at the end of it, and that's cheap for something like that. That's in good shape. What do you guys reckon, Grafton? Okay, cool.
Just time capsules, aren't they?
15.3. It'll be interesting to see what my Liberty goes for, because when the market was hot, they were sort of selling for around that 15 grand mark. So if I get up over 10, I'll be pretty happy. I've had a couple of offers of 10 grand recently on it, but yeah. When you say older stuff, you mean like this Model T stuff, or you mean early Holden or early Ford? Looks like it's died. Wow, 15 grand. All that needs is dropped on its ass and a set of wheels, and it'd be sweet.
It's a 1977 Lincoln Continental Mark V.
Oh, is it bad? Is it?
400 miles on the odometer.
Hard to watch in 4 pixels.
V8 7.5 litre petrol engine, automatic transmission, and it's finished in pink.
Need a couple of ghost bitters. Nah, you get caught, Brian, doing that sort of stuff. You just got to make sure you've got the right car with the right model. Oh, Jesus, look at this thing. It's a mess. Lincoln Continental, 17 grand. Who would buy that? Like, that was... I actually saw that. That one's in Brisbane. Wow. What do you guys reckon this is going to go for? I'm very surprised it's at that. It is, yeah. Pimplemobile. I reckon that's strong on that. I reckon that's good money. Like it's yeah. Ghost bidders don't actually win. Yeah, but what if you get caught? What if you're ghost bidder, or when you say ghost bidder, do you mean someone bidding on it and that doesn't actually want it to drive the price up? What about if you get stuck with it though? That's the problem.
This one with the 460 V8, that's a 7.5 litre petrol V8. Obviously, it's going to be a guzzler. Good cruiser.
Jesus.
Wouldn't do too much on the highway. You just stick around. Go slow. Definitely worth.
I do have a video there. I've been working on my ute, and there was a bit of stuff going out in the yard. I was going to edit it this morning, but decided to do this live stream instead. I'm a bit excited about
18,000 a bit now. At 18,000 here, 7.5 litres. At 18,000 a bit. 18,000 now.
Oh, that's still going. I thought it passed in at that.
At $18,000 goes bidding for 18,000.
Oh man, has a VT Senator. Nice. Manual. Very good. Yeah, that's what I meant. Don't actually win with a ghost bid.
Thank you, Lee. Coming up next, we have lot 170. It's a 1977 Ford Lincoln Mark V. This is indicating 52,000 miles on the odometer. It is a 460 V8 7.5 litre petrol engine.
These sort of ones that are going through at the moment aren't really my cup of tea.
This car makes up part of the late Peter Lemon collection and a fine...
These are all from the one collection, because she's mentioned that name before, the late Peter Neiman collection.
Over to you, Lee. Let's see what she's worth.
All right, thank you. Being offered with no reserve here at Lloyd's Classic Car Auctions. It's an honour. Carrot bid 7,500. Brewster. Let's go for it. 75 under the bid at 7,005 now. 7,005 about there. 5 over 7,000. 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 Over 7,000.
It's another one of those Lincoln things. Jesus. I do like playing with my VNs as well. I'm actually going to get my good VNSS out and put it through the auction soon as well. 8-1, Jesus. And I've got a manual VN 6-cylinder at home too that I want to play with. It just comes down to time. Like I do work. I work every day, like in the truck. I don't think I've finished before 8 or 9 o'clock any day this week, to be honest. My daughter Nera Lee's actually playing with a dual cab Ford Courier that come in. We changed tyres and stuff on it the other night, so it's a bit of a shitbox, for lack of a better term. But she seems to love it. She's been going out at night, four-wheel driving in one of her mates' Ferrosas apparently. So when that thing come in, we put wheels on it the other night, and yeah, I'll do a bit of filming on that. I have a Panther Mica VSSS sitting around. Nice. That seems cheap, eh? That's so cheap. $8,700. It's not my cup of tea, but wow. Who'd buy that for $8,700? Any of you guys? What do you reckon? Jesus, that's cheap. $9,000. Wow. Pictures look like cartoon. I know this isn't the best sort of live stream with me holding my phone here like this, but it was either do this or not do it at all. So I hope you can hang in there with us and play some cars and yeah.
Coming up next is lot 100.
Sitting on a gum tree for 20 years. Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah. I reckon there's money in that. I honestly think you could make money on that one.
Indicating 19,500 miles on the odometer. It has a 460 V8 7.5 litre petrol engine, 3-speed automatic transmission.
Wow. It's crazy how cheap they're going, eh?
Let's take it to auction.
That is a great idea, Taylor.
They have got big blocks, 460 big blocks in them. But they're... At Lincoln, do they run the Ford V8s or they have their own V8s? I don't know a lot about them, to be honest. They're not something I've ever looked into or sort of played with, you know. But that one's straight at 15. So I wonder what's different about that one. It does look a lot cleaner in the white. Wow. So the last one went for $9,000. The first one went for like 16, I think it was, and this one's at 17. This one looks cleaner in the steering wheel and stuff like that, and the chrome on it's pretty good.
It is factory original condition, and it's even got its original bill of sale, of course.
Wow.
Documentation as well, so a good find.
I didn't even know there were that many of these in the country. It's not something you see all the time, is it? I don't know.
Huge value with that. Okay, 18,000 they said, 18,000, 19 it worked. 19,000 bid at 19,000.
Imagine the fuel that it'd be like driving a big couch around. I don't even know how you'd customize that. Like if you drop that on its guts and wheels, and it's still, it doesn't. Yeah, I don't know. If you break down in the Simpson Desert next week, I'll give you a call over the satellite for a tow. Are you heading through the Simpson Desert, mate? I've actually been playing a bit of four-wheel drive stuff lately with that RB30 turbo motor for the patrols. You'll see in the next video, I've changed my mind a little bit, but I'm back to plan A with the Dodge cab. But I'm gonna modify and yeah. One of the things I was looking at just before I went live, I noticed he just dropped the price again. So if he drops the price another $500, I might even go and buy this one that's sort of a bit rough for the body parts and stuff like that. But yeah. Oh, it's at $20,000. Wonder why the other one was so cheap and this one's up there.
All right. We've got a big catalogue to get through today, Anthony. We'll get it done on the phones. We'll move on.
Okay, that one got passed in. It didn't even meet reserve. Yeah. What do we got?
Thanks, boys. Next up, we have lot 175. It's a 1972 Shelby Cobra Tribute.
Nice.
It has a 5.8 petrol engine. It's an automatic transmission, and it's finished in red. This was built from the ground up by a dealership, finished in 1998. Fully engineered with report and everything either now or reconditioned.
Nice.
It's rebuilt with a cam Reco C4 and limited slip diff. Over to you, boys, for the bidding.
All right, so let's have a look. Is it the right colours and that? What's it going to do?
Current bidding 44,500.
Oh, look at that.
Mr. Shelby.
Globes on it. Oh, no, they're B45 Simmons. I would prefer it in blue and white, but yeah. Jesus, 44.5 grand for a tribute. Yeah, I'm not too sure about the Hilux price. I'm sorry, buddy. They're not really something I follow too much. But yeah, so what was it? 2002 Hilux 2-wheel drive manual. It comes down to condition, and with something like that, people do care about Ks for some reason. Has it got a big block in it? 454. 45 grand. Loving the side pipes.
45,500 franc. Who's got one more?
Wow.
Certainly wouldn't be able to build for that, boys.
No, you wouldn't. They're bloody expensive to build. I've looked at them a few times to buy one of these kit cars, but they're just so out there in price. Even just for the kits and the chassis, and
Without being the real thing, certainly doesn't have the real price tag.
46.5 grand.
Shelby.
And it doesn't have the... I think that when it has the fire up there,
There you go.
it means that it's
Certainly
Met Reserve.
55 to 60 grand though today.
Yeah, if you can't go for the real thing, why not go for the tribute? This is no exception. 46,500.
I think it's getting passed in. I don't think it's hit reserve.
46,500. On 100% strike rate.
Hit 46,005 now. 46,500 about there, behind out of it, 46,500 now to 46,500 now to 46,500 now to 46,500.
It looks good. Like all in the doors, looks like it's finished well.
It's a great day to own a Cobra. 47 half.
At 47 and a half, looking to you, Frank. At 47.
Wow.
Surely.
I'm not real fussed on the wheels, and I'd get that white writing off the tyres there. Like, it must be a real old school build, like 90s build. Wow. A reserve is off. Yeah, so when the reserve's off, it brings up that fire stuff, so you know it's selling. Lifting the reserve on mine earlier made it, no, it's an auto. It said C4 auto. G'day, Matthew. How are you, buddy?
Engine's been rebuilt. It's got a mild cam in it. Reconditioned.
Yeah, Peter, everything's good with me, mate. My daughter just left. She in her BMW, she come across parked it yesterday and ripped the front bar off. So she's just been here now, getting me to
5 seconds under bidder.
fix the front bar. She didn't wreck anything, thank God. Just pulled out the side pieces, but yeah, she's doing well for someone so young. She curbs her wheels a bit, but what do you do? Yeah, it's a 48 grand and it's selling. Lifting the reserve didn't really make it jump that much, eh? Under 50 grand for a Cobra. Yeah. Yeah, mate. I still got the TX3, mate. She's just right there, actually.
Thanks, Anthony. Well,
Yeah, I've got
we have
a turbo motor and stuff there for it.
1962
Um,
Ford Mustang
yeah.
convertible. This two-door convertible is a left-hand drive, indicating 98,000 miles on the odometer. It is a 289 V8 4.7-litre petrol.
So
engine. It's a full
1964
six-cylinder
Mustang.
transmission, and it's finished in blue. Let's see what she's worth, Lee.
Sorry, everything's backwards on the screen, but I'm using my phone so I can see it here and still talk to you guys. If I was any good at this YouTube stuff, I'd have all this set up properly. But as you guys know, I just blunder me way through. I'm more worried about the cars and the spanners, but yeah. Check, stick around. Sorry, Red. Take care. Good luck with the auction. Cheers. Cheers, Ben. All the best, mate. Thanks for dropping in for a while. Recently bought a Series 2 VE SS Thunder Ute. Nice. So it's 29 grand and it's selling. I've been looking at VE Utes recently as well. I just can't bring myself to buy a 6-cylinder one. but I'd really love to get one. They're still just that bit too dear, you know what I mean?
It was nearly yours. It was that close.
30 grand.
You need to bid one more time.
Brian Mills, how much what? Sorry, buddy.
30,500. I sell away for 30,500.
The Scary 79, if you have a look in the thumbnail, you'll see the RS Liberty, so all-wheel drive.
Well done.
So what'd that sell for?
Well done, Anthony. Congratulations to the new owner.
I think it was just over 30.
184. It's a 1995 Ford Mustang. This is indicating
1995 Mustang and repairable write-off. That RS Liberty that I played with a while back, got it going. I've gone right through it, cleaned all underneath it. The thing is mint. All the Momo steering wheel still on the car. Interior's on point. Like, if you're looking for an RS Liberty, I'm not doing this live stream to sell it. It's going to sell anyway because the reserve's lifted off it. But it is a really good example of an RS Liberty. I'm not too sure about these Mustangs. What do you guys reckon? Are they sort of... And definitely not that one either. But anyway. Yeah, so RS Liberty, Subaru RS Liberty is going up for sale. I'm probably going to put a few cars through coming up soon. I want to make some room, and I've got some other stuff I want to build. And by getting rid of the cars, it gives me a bit more flexibility with money to do stuff. But yeah. And then you did when you flew up and got the formula. The road trip I was doing with that combi's all turned to shit. But anyway, I explained that in a video that's coming up. But I've got a Nelson Bay down near Sydney road trip coming up. I've got mate's Jag here. So I don't know if it's going on the truck or if I can get it going well enough to be able to drive it. But yeah. That's cheap, eh? But it's not selling. See, the fire bit's not up, so the reserve still hasn't been hit. Yeah, they're really, and that thing is full on original. Original wheels, original steering wheel, original everything, basically. Stereo. The headlight protectors that were on it are in the car, and the bonnet protector for my Liberty. My lot number's about 500, I think, and we're at, what are we at? We're at 184, so we've got a couple of hundred to go yet. But yeah, 14 grand, but it didn't sell. And it's a repairable write-off. I can't see the damage, can you guys? Except for whatever someone's done to it by putting those decals on. Maybe that's what they looked at and went, gee, this is gay as AIDS. And, yeah, we should write it off because no one wants that on the road. 3.2 Tritons. No Tritons at all. Sorry at the moment, mate. Are they the same as... No, Pathfinder. No, I haven't got any Tritons in the yard at all at the moment, mate. I'm sorry. G'day, Corey. How are you, mate? All good here, mate. Just dreaming about stuff we all can't afford. I think those Mustangs are ugly as well. It's not a V8, is that what you just said? Jeez. See, look at that. I just can't get there. It looks very, I don't know. Dash looks like an AU Falcon. The front even looks a little bit AU-ish as well. Yeah. Jesus. My VP Belina hasn't seen the road since 2014. Yeah, but sort of, you just having the car sitting there, I don't mind it. You can sleep at night. Because then you try and find another one to buy and you can't. Chris, how are you? And how's the family going? Everything's good, Chris. Everything pokes along in my world, mate. Just working and playing cars where I can. Plain Jane Mustang, not my thing. I agree. Same as the Pajero. If you have a 3.2 litre Pajero, I'm doing a Pajero at the moment. There's an auto one out the front. I don't know what the auto's like though. Did you say you needed a manual or a? But I don't have the time to pull the box out anyway. That's sort of 4M40. So turbo diesel. No turbo diesel ones at all. I'm sorry. I don't have time to pull boxes out to sell stuff anyway because I'm always in the truck working because that is sort of my job. But yeah, I haven't got any Tritons or any diesel ones. Yeah, the Pajero out the front's an auto. I'm sorry, buddy. I thought about putting my RTV through Greys in Victoria. Oh, nice, another Cobra. I do like these Cobras. I found the Greys. I bought an 808. I haven't done the video on that yet, out of Greys in Brisbane not long ago, and paid good money for what it is, and it's rough. But then they didn't declare it was an import. Then I had to chase them for import papers because I told them they got to refund my money because they lied. And then tried to sell this Liberty that I'm selling through Lloyd's. And yeah, and Greys don't have anything like this. Like this auction coming through now, they have a classic auction every month, but you can't get on and watch it like this. You can watch it online, tick over, but they don't have this sort of setup. This is heaps better than Greys. There's actually a Facebook site for Greys that says, like, have you been ripped off by Greys, and people telling their stories. Like, it's terrible. But yeah, you might, Peter, maybe have a look at Lloyd's, and they've rang me, like, old mate rang me before. How much did that go for? Ah, bugger! I was talking too much rubbish and I missed it.
It's a 1942 Harley Davidson Cervicar. This is 36
A what?
kilometers
Harley
on the odometer.
Davidson
It's a V-twin
Cervicar, 1942. What is a Cervicar?
And it's finished in black. Over to you, boys, for the bidding.
Come on, what is it? Come on.
Change your pace, Anthony.
Ah, it's a trike. Why couldn't they just call it a trike?
Current bidding, 7,000.
1942, Jesus.
77 on the bid. Let's take it away. No knocking about it. 7,007 now. Take a $300 rise. 8 goes. 7, 8,000 here.
Value with that still. You got a bid back.
I haven't even had time to get back to my Harley. Like, I've got bars and stuff there for it now, and all the indicators are turned up, but yeah, I haven't had time to touch it. I'm pretty keen though. That's cheap. But the reserve, it hasn't even met reserve though. That's the problem.
8-6 straight back. 3 online bidders. 1 bidder for every.
Come on. It hasn't even met reserve, but guys. Did anyone see how much that Cobra went for? Because I was talking too much crap when it finished.
10 seconds.
For under 10 grand, buying that, you could modify all the back of that and make that into something pretty cool. But it is 1942 though, so is it an early knuckle or shovel head or something?
At 9.2 here. 9,200 the bid.
Wow. Hasn't the market changed so bad? Like during COVID and stuff like that, you couldn't, stuff would just sell. I wish I actually sold, yeah, dealing with market. That's why I put mine through, Wayne. That's why I've gone through the auctions, because dealing with marketplace, like I had another guy yesterday message me about the Liberty and offered me 10 grand for it, and then messaging him backwards and forwards and playing, you know, and then he goes, oh, no worries. He goes, I'll talk to my missus tonight. And I just thought, you bloody dickhead. Like, talk to your missus before you go to buy a car. Like, why waste my time and then go to your missus? Like, come on. But yeah, marketplace is 47 grand, for that Cobra. I reckon the other one went just a little bit higher than that, with 10 times the car of that last red one, though. Yeah. G'day, mate. Bill. We're in Mount Gambier, South Australia. My YouTube channel is called Bill's Channel, 1987. And Bill, what do you have on your channel, buddy? Do you do cars, or you just talk about stuff from 1987?
Classics go under the hammer just now, and I wanted to. Oh my gosh, what was going on? Everyone was so excited. Thank you. So let's keep that momentum going into the European market. And I know.
Look how big her earrings are. Do you reckon she could hook her ankles through them to hold them in place?
There's some great entry-level cars in the European market today.
Ask for forgiveness, not for permission, and don't worry about your missus. Well, years ago, I'll talk over the. Hang on.
It's here in Crow. It's stunning.
Series 1.5.
You just can't find them in Australia. So that's going to be one of the best cars of the auction for sure. We've got the 1950 XK120.
Nice. Love a good XK Jag.
And completely unreserved, got the 2020 Ducati Pingale V4 Super Leggera.
Mamma mia!
Super rare in Australia.
already at 100 grand or so. So some top end of town European lots there, Deej.
Why didn't you mention the RS Liberty? Because it's awesome.
To this new rebranded segment, we're going to throw to Robbie for the
Oh.
Beyond the Hammer report. It's brought to you by iCars. For peace of mind, know that iCars is the only place for your classic.
Cool. What sort of cars, Bill? What sort of cars you got going on, mate?
Thank you, Frank, and thank you, Daniel.
Years-
Thank you to the team at iCars. They genuinely are incredible at what they
Years
do.
ago, well, this guy's talking crap. Years ago, the way this place happened was I was truck driving, so I was away doing B doubles and road train stuff and grain and fertilizer and stuff. And my wage would go home to my missus. So, and I'd come home and I'd be looking at motorbikes and cars and all this crap. And I'd say, oh, can I buy this? Can I buy that? And she goes, look, I feel bad because you work so hard and all your money comes back to the family. And, but how about if you don't ask me for money, you can buy whatever you want. And I'm like, all right, cool, I can deal with that. So that's when I went and bought the first trailer and started doing cheap tows. And then I could buy cars and motorbikes and the yard started filling up. And to this day, to Nicole's credit, she's never said a word. Like, I can tell she's pissed off that I've bought another car or bought a motorbike or something, but she's never said anything because I never stopped paying for everything at home and everyone else's stuff. But yeah, I can just buy whatever I want. And people say to me, like, what does your missus say? I said, she doesn't say a word, nothing. But yeah, she's got her car though. I haven't showed you, but her WRX is back on the road. Those Simmons are on it, and it's mint. I've had to buy strips for it the other day. So the 2 strips that run across the roof and the 2 for top of the windscreen, new from Subaru, were like $860 or something for 4 strips, and one for the door because I didn't have any good ones. But yeah, someone said AU Falcons, they get my attention. Oh, so Bill's got a 2001 AU Falcon SR sedan in blue. I'd love a Carmen gear. If I was going to get a Volkswagen, it'd either be a notchback, and I've been looking recently for one, or a Carmen gear. But Carmen gears are a bit out of my price range. Yeah, I was going to sell my ED Fairmont through Lloyd's, but pulled out because they just fell in love with it. Just pulled out because just fell in love with it and haven't been registered. I've got a couple of like ED Falcons here. If someone, there's a blue dealer pack one here that can go. There's another one that had a supercharge that Leith sold the supercharger, but out the front there too. There's a couple of ED Falcons, ED Falcons that I don't really want and I'm never going to do anything with. But yeah, if someone's interested, give me a call and see what we can work out. One's, if you look online and look up blue dealer pack, it's got the dealer pack wheels and the dealer pack sports things. It's got those. They're both there because I really want the front seats out of them to use in my escorts. But yeah, anyway. My wife's the same with all my V8s over the years. As long as all the bills are paid and her kids are fine. Well, that's it, eh? What does it hurt anyone? I got another mate, Aaron. He's a really good mate. I actually picked a car up for him yesterday. He loves Nissan Micras. So if anyone's got any cheap Nissan Micras, let me know because Aaron will be keen. But hang on, Subaru Brumby. I just heard that.
535, a 1988 Honda Prelude in Rossa Ferrari red.
Yeah, he loves his Micras. He's got a turbo one. He blew the motor up in, but I picked up another 2-door one for him yesterday. But he was the same. Had kids, got rid of all his cars.
Both going unreserved actually. Lots 630, 71 Chrysler Valiant RT Charger.
Yeah, there's a few Valiants. You should see this ute I'm getting off Benny, my mate. It's almost ready for paint, but I can't pick it up because as soon as I get it, it can't be like one of these other cars. It's got to go straight in the workshop and be painted. So I'll be probably doing a lot of that at night. I might even do it with you guys as live streams because yeah, I can just sand and talk to you, and you just can. Well, we paint the thing. It runs and drives 3-speed, 245 Hemi in it. He's done a lot of work, and I'm pretty excited about it. It's like your Charger style, so we're going to do it orange with the RT stripes and stuff. But yeah, so that's coming up. Well, next week, I suppose. Do you see many VY S packs in hothouse green or Cosmo purple that are clean still? I haven't seen one for a while, mate. I've got 2 VYs here, a white one and a green sort of one. But yeah, I don't see many hothouse green ones at all. I've had a couple of Rex actually come through recently. It's an ad. G'day, Justin. How's New Zealand? Cold and wet today? I'm actually thinking about doing a New Zealand trip to get my rotaries because I need a couple of rotaries for some builds. And you guys have got all the rotaries over there for some reason. So I'm thinking of going over, buying something, maybe road tripping it a bit, and go to buy a couple of rotaries and then stick all the engines in a car and transport them back. But that's a little bit of a pipe dream at this stage. I got some more. I got Fraser Island coming up soon, which is going to be awesome with friends that I grew up with down the Goldie. And then Nelson Bay with another mate, Red Dog, who I don't know if you saw the photo. He'd done that boxing title a while back, but yeah, it's yeah. I just wish I could weld. Anyone can weld, Scary. You just gotta get a cheap MIG, get a gas one though, and just start playing. But make up a little project, build some gates or build something, and just start welding, man. It's the only way to learn is just to buy it and start doing it. Think up some projects you want to do. Don't start welding though with you've got this car that you love and you want to do a rust repair. That's not where you're starting. You're starting to build some gates, or you're going to build some candle holders for your missus, or a security gate or something like that. That's where you want to start. Or build some workbenches for in your workshop, or some shelving or something like that. That's where you need to start welding. Don't start with it something you care about. And yeah, just you'll be right, mate. You just got to start. MIG welding is very simple, mate. You just got to get started. The HQ's profile picture, cool. I wish I could weld. You'll get there, buddy. Matthew, hey, I sold everything when I had my daughter. Heap of cars and bikes again. Yeah, Aaron sold everything, got out. Like I've got one BMW here that I bought off him. There was another BMW that I got off him, and there was a couple of Micras there gone. They're long gone. This is going back years ago. But then as his kids got older, he realised that he had time, and he's got a really good missus. Like she's really supportive, and yeah, so he keeps buying these cars, and yeah, he loves it though. Yeah, and I think having the support of a missus like that makes a big difference to us guys that have issues with buying so many cars. I've got two 13Bs in my garage. You're in they all need rebuilds. And you're in New Zealand, Justin. Well, there you go. Are those so 13Bs? What are they out of? And do you know any history on them? Are they for sale? Like, is it something we can do a deal on? Should definitely do live streams when you prep and paint the car. All right, I will. Yeah, we'll do a few. Like he's done most of the prep work. I wish they'd hurry up with these ads and get on with the auction. So the Ute's pretty good. Like I've got one myself out the back. He bought his around the same time as me, and he's done most of the panel work. So I think he said there's a little rust hole in the floor, which is easy. The engine bay is painted black, but I'm going to do that orange, like the RT Charger orange. I'll redo inside the doors. I want to put a fair bit of effort into the tray as well. But yeah, so she's pretty sweet. It's going to be good. He's cleaned the dash up a lot. There's no front seats, so we're going to have to do some sort of interior, which I'm looking forward to. But it's not rusty, and it's going to be a solid orange. So we'll have to do a lot of the prep work at night and then find the right day to paint it but I'm looking forward to it. But it's one of those ones that as soon as I pick it up, it's got to go straight in the workshop and be painted. And then by the time it's painted, I need to have... I'm buying a carport this week off a mate, off Mitchell. So, but my Ute's all in here clean. Like, I'll show you. I'll just, while this is doing its thing, we'll just quickly go into the workshop. I closed everything up before because the shit, what do I do with my keys? I didn't want people coming and hassling me while I'm doing this with you guys. There they are there. Hang on. So my Ute's in the workshop and it's clean as. That auction's got ads running at the moment. What a pain in the ass. So the Ute's looking sweet, but it's still yeah, like the Ute's come up nice, like, but it's still got a lot of... I noticed the bloody water hose went on it, so I've got a new hose there to put on her. And I'm going to send this down to... Do you guys watch Boost Grumps? They've got On Song Performance, which is down the road. This thing is so slow. But yeah, so it's come up good. What have we got? Come on, there we go. It's come up good, but there's a lot of blemishes in the paint. I don't know if you can see them. See bits like that. But for now, even on the hard lid, you can see it's sort of gone up a bit funny. Love these wheels, but if anyone has a set of these drift techs for a Ford, I need to buy a couple of sets, or even Holden ones. But yeah, that there was batshit that went on there. Really disappointing that I've let this thing get to this stage. But what do you do when you're busy and you work? It's just how it goes. And the scoop's cracked too, so I've got to redo all this. But it's a good driver. I love this thing, and it just, yeah, but the paint's sort of gone a bit shitty. Anyway, let's get back to this auction and see what's going on. Yeah, see, there's the SS is there. I really want to get the, hang on, there. This thing's still sitting here, but Nicole's 6, 7 or whatever it is on the hoist, and I got to pull the box out of this because the box has never been right from the day I got it built. Like, the first box got built, didn't even make it to Toowoomba, gave it back to the guy, and then the second box went in and it's still just shit, and it sat there for nearly a year registered and just shit boxes. So I got to pull the box out. I had a box built by another guy the other day, so I'm going to send it to him. But yeah, this thing needs to be done and gone. But anyway, what do you do? What do you do, guys? Righto, let's close this up and see if this auction's running again. I wish they'd hurry up. Yeah, righto. Here we go. Get set up again. So yeah, I do get some stuff done with me cars. It's just a lot of the time I'm working. Righto. Yep, Max and Rex, that's them. Top guys. Awesome blokes. There we go. That's it, just there.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, we have lot number 2.
I haven't been on YouTube for a while. Catch up with your videos. You didn't mind me asking what happened with Captain.
On the odometer is a 2.0 straight 4 petrol engine, manual transmission, and
Citron, so we won't care about this one. Give me a second, I'll explain about Leith in a second. I don't like talking out of school about people, but I'll explain it again, and then that's it. I learned to weld on a $150 Datsun Bluebird. That's the go. Yeah, it wouldn't be where I am. I looked at some of these Citrons a while back, but it was a slightly newer model than these because there was 2 of them. I just wanted to have a play with them. 13.5 grand. Wow. She's put up with me close to 20 years. Max and Rex, yep. My fan of Myco VUSS. Paint's the same, yeah. What is it? A 1926. I don't even know what it is. Okay, so Captain, I'll be as quick as I can. I don't like talking about it. We'd been mates our whole life. I'd looked after him most of his life to the point of buying houses so he had somewhere to live, giving him cars and all the rest of it. He was here doing the wrong thing, not doing any work, lying to me and other people. And then in the end, it just got too much and I sort of had to punt him. And then around the same time, I noticed stuff missing. And one thing was a supercharger. I know where the supercharger is. I know who he gave it to and all the rest of it. But I've got better things to do than fight with fucking idiots. So he's gone. He lies. He steals. There is another mate, that Paul Gomez, who's got the Mad Mini, that V8 Mini that raced farm truck recently. When I spoke to Paul, Leith done the same shit with Paul, lying, stealing, and all the rest of it. So you can't have people like that in your life, and if you do, just get rid of them. It makes your life so much better. But yeah, so he's gone because of lying and stealing and doing nothing and taking advantage of me being a generous person. But anyway, so that's where it's at. That's the Leith thing. Oh, mate, Justin, it is what it is. It's not worth losing sleep over. My life is obviously still exactly the same. It makes no difference at all. But yeah, yeah. But that's what happened. And I haven't wanted to say that and burn him and do anything. But I just, as you can understand, people want to know. But at the same time, I feel like an idiot for letting him take advantage of me for so long. And yeah, cost me a lot of money. Cost Paul a lot more money, the stuff that he wrecked, because Paul builds a lot of massively high-end builds. And yeah, but yeah. But anyway, it is what it is. Yeah.
12,200 bid. 12,200 now. What do you say?
I almost bought one of these Essexes. My next door neighbour built a few of them back in the day, and he had a few bodies and chassis. And I would like to build. I want an early Dodge though, like early Dodge Brothers, like 25 model Dodge, to build some sort of hot rod sort of thing. But the right one hasn't come up yet. Every now and again I see them, but yeah, it's on the list, you know. Hillman Minx. These things here, right? These Hillman Minxes, I've walked past these in paddocks and they're never rusted out for some reason. They're always in quite good shape. And when I was doing those other Greys videos down there, like these weird looking things, they sell for $3 to $6 grand. It's crazy. And I've walked past them in reasonable condition. I never thought they were worth that much money. This thing's pretty good, but yeah.
3,000 a bid. Who's got two? $3,000. What do you say? At $3,000 at its time, all done.
Geez, that's cheap.
Bidding for 3,000.
Got passed in too.
Thank you, Anthony. Coming up next is lot 220. It's a 1964 Austin Healey Sprite. This is indicating at 56,300.
Oh, the worst thing about the stealing is
There's a 1.3-litre petrol engine.
the cars he was driving, I gave him. I wanted to go motorbike riding, so I had to buy myself a motorbike. I had to buy him one as well. He needed a tractor for at home, so this is something I would love to buy, one of these Austin Healeys. Yeah, like the furniture in his house, the everything. Just I bought everything for him. Like he was on a good thing, and yeah, it just. What do you do? It is what it is. And then when his missus mouthed off at the end of it all, when I said I was coming to pick my stuff up, and she reckoned she was going to ring the coppers on me, reckons if I come and take my stuff, she's going to charge me with stealing. I just lost my shit. But it's easier to just walk away than be involved with people like that. So yeah, trust me, around here he's not a liked person at all. Like he's still living out here, and people that are really nice people that come into the workshop and stuff all the time. They go, "Oh, I saw him at IGA the other day. I tried to say hello to him, and he just turned his back on me and walked off." Like that's the sort of grub he is. But anyway, I don't want to talk about Leith. We can, yeah, yeah. Trust me, like he hadn't paid tax for 21 years or something, and I got my accountant to sort all his tax out, and I paid for all that to get done. And yeah, like Paul done the same sort of stuff for him. Anyway, I shouldn't be talking out of school, but just yeah. Every car that is here, well, there's none left now because I've got rid of most of them. Any car that he worked on for me, all turned to shit, and I've sold and they're gone. Just things weren't finished properly, and you guys don't see it all on YouTube because I don't want to burn people. So when people, like the gearbox in that Jag is absolutely fucked, and it's been fucked twice, but I didn't want to burn the guy that built the gearboxes because I have no need to burn people, you know what I mean? But you sort of don't, you try and be the all-round good guy and you get burnt yourself. But it is what it is, guys. Yeah, I don't want to, let's not get off track and, yeah. But anyway, worst part, ask for things, you stole from me, probably give it to him cheap, that's it. Concentrate on yourself and your family. No, that's it. That's it. A bloke I used to, mates, it's amazing. Fed up with him, bailed, sold his 77 GDS. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I'd so what is this? 1953 MG. It's hard. You try and help people, and a lot of people come forward after he was gone and said to me, "Oh, we didn't want to say anything about what he was doing because we didn't want to lose you as a friend, and we knew you'd been mates most of your life, and they didn't want to get in between it all." So I understand why people didn't say anything, but it is what it is, you know. Realistically, it hasn't affected me at all. Like, yeah, I think he told a lot of people he owned this place, and yeah. All right, so the reserves off. This one's at 26.5 grand. Not my cup of tea, but I appreciate what it is. You know what I mean? It's selling though, 28 grand, 28.5. So what do we reckon my Liberty's going to go for, guys? I can't check what it's at now. I don't know if you guys can, but At 10.5 grand, I'll be very happy because the 500 will pay their fees and I'll get 10 grand clear. Really, yeah, I would like to keep it and just put it in the shed, but I'd have to clear out another spot because the XR5's at home. Nicole's WRX is outside. Yeah, it's hard. Garage space is at a premium. And my earthworks out the front, the Bobcat got water in the exhaust and it's bent a rod. So, and I don't have time to build the motor myself. So I'm actually going to take it to a local diesel guy this week, I think. Sean McCulloch, he's not a bad sort of dude. So, yeah. Do you get cheap V8 Commodores or Falcons? The days of cheap V8 Commodores and Falcons are gone. You got to really step up. I don't think any cheap stuff sort of exists anymore, which sucks. Yeah, he burned himself. That's it. You know, it's all good. The grey VN SS Ute. Yeah, it's at the back still, Matthew. It's. I've got bits and pieces there for it, and I was thinking about pulling it out the other day, but I end up getting my SS50 cleaned up. You reckon 15k, man? If I get 15 grand for that Liberty, which is really what it's worth, 15 grand is where they sort of sell at, but the market's maybe not there. Money's tight for a lot of people at the moment. So, yeah, if I had have thought about it and perhaps put it up, my Liberties, I think it's 508, and we're at lot number 234 now. So 150 odd, 150, 3, 4. Where are we at? 250. So another 250 lots. Mine's at about 500, lot 500, I think. So, yeah. That's cheap. That's good buying. I sold that Triumph I had here. It's a little automatic Triumph to Benny, the guy with the Valiant Ute, and he doesn't want that thing anymore. So if someone wants like a cheap British classic, again, he wants about $500 for it. It's got twin carbs and that on it. The interior and it's really nice. He just wanted to have a play with it, and yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this Valiant Ute. I'll do it with you guys too. We'll do a few live streams and at night while I work away, and yeah. I'm looking forward to doing all inside the doors, really mint, and under the bonnet, mint. And then I'm going to put one of the big scoops on it, you know, like the 440 big scoops. I know a lot of people don't like bonnet scoops, but I'm a bit of a bonnet scoop fan. Our interest rates high over there. Living cost in New Zealand is insane. Interest rates are up a bit, I think. I don't follow them too much. I don't have a lot of finance. I have a small mortgage on the house in Kingaroy, but I don't have a lot of finance, and I don't think I'll ever be getting finance ever again. I probably will to help my daughters out, I suppose, later on down the track. But, yeah, interest rates are pretty insane, and the cost of living's pretty wild too. But, yeah, they're worth a bit of money these days, the old Liberties. When you take it in there, like, everyone sort of knows what the Liberty is. And, yeah, I'm a bit of a Subaru guy, as you guys know. Bit of a fan. I actually bought, remember the Black Forester? That's selling 17 grand. That seems like good buying. What do you guys reckon? I'm not a big fan of the rag top, but that's sub 20 grand for that MG. That's nice. That's good buying. Wow.
Sold.
Wow.
Thank you, Matt.
That is good buying.
Next, we have lot 238. And Tony, hold on to that hammer because this is being offered completely unreserved.
Sold my TD wagon
1949 Morris Minor
as a painted roller for 13.12. Nice.
Engine, 4-speed manual transmission finished in
Unreserved 1944 Morris Minor.
That's right, Taylor. Another great car. It's going to find a new garage today here at Lloyd's.
Oh, what do we got? Show us.
We're going to have a lot of room.
Oh, do you guys know of the name Captain Cusso? So the Victor Bray and Captain Cusso from back in the day. Captain Cusso was the first guy that done donuts at the Summernats back in the day. He had like custom lines. I actually picked up one of these Morris Minors from his place and delivered it. He sold it to a guy in Brisbane a couple of months back. And he was building a custom line, but like a NASCAR style, for on the street custom line, two-door custom line. I got a mate, Steve, who does a lot of custom line stuff, and yeah, went to Captain Cussow's place. It was crazy. He was talking to me, and he said, "Oh, when me and Victor," and I stopped and went, "Hang on a second, Victor, as in Victor Bray." He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Does that make you Captain Cussow?" He goes, "Yeah, that's me." I couldn't believe it. It's like crazy. I know it doesn't mean a lot to some of you younger guys, but you older guys would remember Captain Cussow and Victor Bray from back in the day doing burnouts and stuff. Really nice bloke too. I ended up buying an AU 1-tonner off him, or off his son that was at his yard. Oh, the current bid. Thank you very much, Peter. Peter just gave us an update. The current bid on the RS is 9,600. So nice. We're getting there. Matthew as well. Thank you.
It's a lovely ladder. Current bidding 11,000. Anthony, thoughts on the ladder?
Wow. Is that pink? It is too. You can't really see it on here, but that's disgusting. Why would you do that? How much is it? For 11 grand.
Well, go to auction.
I might put a few more cars through the auctions, and I'll actually set up my cameras better, and we might watch these auctions a bit more. Yeah, and Gary Myers with the Mustang. That's right, same era. Yep, and Gary Myers is back now with his son in that Mustang, which is pretty cool, eh?
12,000 back. Thank you. Great bet.
Wow.
12,000. Frank, what can you tell us about this one, mate?
He's back in front.
12 grand.
12,500.
Pink is not nice. I hope the Mad Max hardtop and the MFP car goes through today as well. I just don't know what number they're at.
12,000.
One more.
It's got a little 1.5 Nissan engine. It's been worked as well. It's got the Tirana LC front disc brakes and booster. Mazda 323 diff. Mazda rear brakes. Toyota Celica 5-speed gearbox. 2-speed wipers and disc.
Wow.
And a Ford laser.
Oh, I scored a Mazda 626 the other day for a motor to put into some of that other little Mazda, and the guy said, "Oh, it's a good motor," and it's C solid. But yeah. Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you. Yeah, I bought a couple of. Remember my black 12 grand. It got passed in. The black lowered Forester I done, that turbo one. I bought a blue one that's a manual turbo. The motor's rooted in it, and off the same guy, he had a Liberty turbo, so 2.5 boxer turbo. So I got to do an engine swap on that soon. And I'm actually gonna, when that black one come in, it was lifted. So I'm gonna put all the lifted stuff in it and the big wheels, and I've got a bull bar there. So I'm gonna do a manual turbo. Oh, look at that! Yeah, buddy. I'll do my minis at home. I've got to put a clutch in it. Yeah.
Another one like that.
Look at that. That's sick. That is. Yeah. What do you guys reckon? What do you think? Like there's a lot of time in those stripes, eh? Not another bit on it. That got passed in. Bugger. Oh, here we go. This is where it's at.
565 miles. It's a 3.4 straight 6 petrol engine, 4-speed manual transmission finished in black. This is an Australian delivered, full matching numbers with fantastic history and provenance. Studiously restored, as good as it gets in Australia.
The pink is horrible, I agree. It's not good at all. He's still building the Fairlane. Yeah, the Fairlane's out there. I'm a bit annoyed with that one because I wouldn't have pulled it apart and got it sandblasted and everything because I've done a deal with the panel beater, and basically 18 months later he hadn't touched it. So the Fairlane's back here. I've still got all the big block stuff and everything for it, but yeah.
Current bidding.
Is Liberty the same as a Legacy? Pretty much, yes. I think America called them. This thing's beautiful. How much is the price on it? No price yet. Legacy and Liberty are pretty much the same vehicle, but I think the Americans called them Legacies, and we call in Australia they were Liberties. Yeah, Chris Christo, the Burnout King. He's the man. I when I do my XY, I'd love to do my XY the same blue as his XY, but I know that Vermilion Fire's where the colour's at, where the price is at. So yeah, if I get a second XY, I'll do it blue. Minis are cool. I love minis, eh? 94 grand. Wow. Don't you wish you had 4 of them? They're just so good. Like, look at that.
98,000.
Beautiful.
98,000 now.
I'm not sure if the Jags were the fastest production cars back in the day, but I know they ran those same 6 cylinders with all sorts of racing through the years. And the Mark II Jags that I've got, well, I've got Daimler, so they got the V8 in them, but the 6 cylinder ones were like the getaway car for bank robbers back in the day in England. So that's a bit of a, you know, selling point for them, I suppose. The Cray brothers, those gangsters, had yeah, had those early Daimlers and Jags.
Due to the failing health of the owner, it was only used very occasionally since then. It's only done about 600 miles since then. So it's just had a
Look at that black, and it's straight.
Magnificently. This is one of the most collectible Jaguars in the world, and we've only had a handful in the last sort of 8 to 10 years through the
That's
auction.
so good.
A rare find.
It hasn't even met reserve, but which sucks a bit, doesn't it? It didn't sell.
All right, well, at the moment it's worth 98,000. Here we go.
More than that. Better than that.
98,000 bid. All right, it's had a
If any of you guys there, just hit that like button if you can. It might help us in the algorithm a touch. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Righto, what's next? That got passed in. Bugger.
It's a 1966 Jaguar S-Type 3.8S.
The S-Types are a lot like the Mark IIs that I've got, but the back of them, I just can't get there. They just don't look quite right, you know? Like,
Alrighty,
on the Jaguar. Current bidding 16,500.
I like the skinny bars on them. They're a lot better. The skinny bars look better than the Mark IIs, which are what I'm going to sort of run on mine.
16,500 the bid. Frank, what can you tell us about this one, mate? 16,500.
See, the back doesn't get there. I just
Yeah, the motor and,
not a big fan.
Been reconditioned. It's got new leather interior, and the woodwork has been renewed as well.
Ever thought of doing a road trip to Flynn's Wreckers in New South Wales? Not at this point, mate. I want to do a lot of road trips. That's where my heart's at. Is driving these shit boxes, buying them, and driving them all over the country. I'm a bit disappointed, but that my combi trip sort of fell over. But we hadn't spoken for over 30 years, and ended up we were just very, very different people, and I just don't think it would have worked in the end. Her views on things are very different to mine, and yeah, it's a shame, but what do you do? I was really looking forward to that. But I got a few more on the plans. I'm still waiting on the windscreen on that Datsun too, which sucks. But yeah, I better chase that up actually. The old Series 3, I think RX-7 would profit tough. So 18 grand and it's been passed through still. Reserve's still not. Yeah. That's pretty tidy. I've got a set of those knockoff, the proper wire wheels on another Jag that's out there. I don't know if I'll ever do another like older Jag, like XJ6 Jag. I've got a couple here, but I've still got a mint interior though, which is very frustrating. I might even just do a deal with me mate that's got his Jag out here. His young bloke Kai actually works for Jaguar down in New South Wales, which is pretty cool. I'm pretty keen to go down and visit him. That's probably one of the most disappointing things about that other road trip not happening soon is I don't get to call into Nelson Bay to see my mate. But yeah,
19,000 I'm going to sell. Thank you. 18, 19,
he's going to sell. But oh, the reserve's off. Here we go. Let's see if it jumps. Here we go. Is it going to motivate anyone?
20 you got.
20. Jumped up a little, but not much.
Two online bidders, one car.
But that's a pretty tidy car. Like if you wanted a classic, 20 grand, I reckon you'd get in and drive that away. That's not a lot of money. It's not my cup of tea. Like the S-Type's not my most favourite Jag, I suppose. But see the back of that? See how that's like that, right? I'll show you what I mean by the Mark IIs being different. So see when you... So here's one I prepared earlier. So see the back... See how the back of that's shorter? See it goes shorter and it's not... The other one looks weirder. It's got spats and that on it. The front of them look very, very similar, as you can see, but yeah, this one's a V8 one though. So this runs the Hemi style V8. But see, the back's just heaps nicer. When I do these, I want to chop, because you know how a E-Type has like a rounded back? I want to do a fair bit of body work to get the backs looking a little bit nicer. And I've got to widen the back there a bit, because see how that spat's sitting off? Because when you put normal wheels on it, they don't fit under. So I've got to shorten the diff, and yeah. I've definitely got some plans for my Jags, my Mark IIs. I've got quite a few of them. They're definitely where my heart's at, that's for sure. My camera keeps going off. Ah, there. That's where it's at. That's it. See how the back? See the back, how it scoops like that? That's where it's at. Like, what a beautiful thing. There was a yellow E-Type, which is what that is, a few years back for about 16 grand out of Melbourne. And it was just a shell. It was rusty. But I regret not buying it now. Jeez, 150 grand. Do you have any XD Falcons that would suit a burnout car for the Rocky Nats? I've got an XE wagon and I've got an XE Ute, but someone's put all XF front on the Ute, but no sedans. I'm sorry, buddy. It's not something I come across very often. XDs, XEs, they're all very rusty these days. Reserve's still on that thing too. Look at that. That's where it's at. It is. Series 1.5. I've got the wagon there, the XE wagon, because the XE Ute, someone's put XF front on it, XF dash and everything in it, whereas the XE wagon is too rusty to do anything with, but it gives me the dash and console and all that sort of stuff to put back into the Ute, because I prefer the XE than the XF, but I do have an XF Ute there. Yeah. X Series Falcon are getting very hard to find. Looking for parts for an 86 XF Falcon for years. What sort of stuff are you looking for? Ford Best FGX? What sort of XF stuff are you looking for? That passed in, it didn't sell at 150 something grand.
It's a 1972 Jaguar E-Type 3V12. This is 58,000 miles on the odometer. It's a 5.4 V12 petrol engine.
I got one V12 here. It's in a Series 1 XJ12 out there.
Very tidy Jaguar E-Type Series 3. 2+2.
Nice.
With the current long-term owner for
2+2, which means it's got that funnier back on it. Like when the other one was only a 2-seater, so the back looks better, whereas this one will look a bit longer and funnier when you see it. Come on, show us the Jaguar. It's got Series 3 XJ6 wheels on it. See the back sort of funnier? Come on, show us the side. 67 grand, that's starting low. But this is a 2+2, so it's not worth as much as the other. See the back looks funny? See, it's sort of longer, whereas the other one's sort of shorter. That passed in. No more bids. Jeez. Did you pick up an XD XE Falcon in Mackay a few years back? No, I don't think I would have. I don't. Bundaberg's my sort of cutoff. Hang on, we've got 1974 Jaguar XJ6 convertible. 74 is a Series 2 XJ6. This will be interesting. I want to sell my red Jag, but I just don't know what they'll sell for. Oh, Jesus. It's purple and it's a convertible. What is wrong with people? Jesus. Is that a two-door as well that they've chopped up? If that's a two-door and they've chopped it up and painted it purple, it is too. There's no rear doors.
Thank you, Anthony. Coming up next, we have
what happened then?
65. It's a 1982 Jaguar XJ6. This is indicating 59,100.
82 is a Series 3.
It's a 3.0 straight six petrol engine, automatic transmission.
Just doors and bonnet and gutters.
Over to you, Lee, for the bidding.
Just doors
No reserve here at Lloyd's Classic Car Auction.
and gutter trims.
Another great classic's going to find a new garage today.
Yeah, it's a Series 3.
Current bidding $6,600. It's going to go.
6,600. Frank, look at you.
It looks tidy enough, doesn't it?
That's 6,000. 6,000.
6.6 seems cheap. Did they say if it had a V8 or anything in it?
I'm going to sell, folks.
6.9.
Light it up. 69.
Wow, all right, so that's going to sell.
One more bid.
Your mum, nice name, dude. 6.9. That's selling. That'd be a 6-cylinder one for sure. I've got one Gemini here, but it's not a wagon. But it can go. I'm not attached to it. It's a later model Gemini. There's a motor there. There's an extra front end. There's another gearbox sitting there, and it's not rusty. But it's not something I'm ever going to do anything with. That's for sure. But your mum, if you give me a call, just Google Kingatow. My number's easy to find. Matthew might be able to help you out, but mate,
3,400.
I like these XJSs, and they've gone up in value massively in the last few years.
Looking for two. Let's take it to auction.
So that's, yeah, they've grown on me a lot. What do you guys think of these XJS coupes? I sort of, they've grown on me over the years. I never used to like them, but they've got Ragermeisters on it, the wheels.
10 seconds, minutes.
They're a good looking set of wheels. I've got a set of wheels like that with a massive dish like that. They're a Ford pattern, but in a 17. The best part about me doing this live stream is I can't bid on any of this stuff, so I'm not buying any more cars. Surely you could get Gemini door handles on eBay easy enough, couldn't you? Wow.
Thanks, Anthony. Coming up next,
They got passed in, didn't sell.
It's a 1998 Jaguar XK8 with 59,000 kilometers.
Was it 1998 XK?
V8 petrol engine, automatic transmission.
Is this a two-door one? I want an XKR, which is the next model up from this one. I think the supercharged ones, but they're still just that bit too dear.
Alrighty. Current bid.
I want everything though.
6,200.
I have issues, obviously. Yeah, see, this is the earlier model one. So the front end's not quite as nice, the back end's not quite as nice, and the interior looks like it's got a lot of Falcon stuff in it, like EL, Falcon ignitions and stuff like that, because Ford was owned. Yeah. Puppy come.
7 you got?
My little mate just come and say hello. Say hello, miss. Yeah? No? She can't say hello, she's a cat. What are you thinking? If you can hear her idling away there.
7 you got?
That's not cheap, really, for one of them. Yeah. I don't like that model. The next model up, they all come in autos, though, have a better console setup. The supercharger, they're just heaps better, but the price is also pretty wild.
Yes. 20's back.
Yeah, just give me a call, your mum, and we can run through. There's a local guy that wanted to buy it, but me getting it out of where it is, there's about 6 or 8 cars have to be moved. But I do want to clean that section out soon as I'm working through getting rid of stuff and cleaning up.
Lovely car. I sat in it, and it's a very sort of smooth and quiet electric hood operations. Goes up and down, really nice, just like it came out of
I accidentally bought a hybrid the other day. I didn't even realise it was a hybrid, a little Honda Civic. So it's got to go. I don't want it in the yard with those freaking batteries. I've got door handles. They're the same every Gemini. There you go. So Matthew and your mum, you guys can be mates and you'll work it out. That way I don't have to look for parts. So wagon ones are longer than normal sedan ones. There you go. You learn something every day. Forgot the doors fit. Wagons, they're the same. Door latches, opposite side.
I'm going to bid 23,000.
Okay, Lukey just asked what happens if a car, you put it in the auction and it goes through and it doesn't get sold.
10 seconds of that.
You don't have to pay. So if it passes through, you don't have to pay any auction fees or anything like that. I'm not sure where you stand if when because they set the reserve for me. They rang me up and they looked at the Liberty and said, look, if we put it at 7.5, it's reasonable money and it'll sell for more than that, but at least it works. So I just said, yeah, no worries, that's fine. And you put it through. So then if it didn't meet reserve, it's really not my fault it didn't reach reserve and sell, so I don't have to pay. So when it gets passed through, say the reserve on this thing, the guy's got a $30,000 reserve and it gets passed through right now at 28 grand, they'll ring me. Like, so say I'm the one bidding on it, but it didn't get to reserve. When it passes through, the auction guys will ring and say, look, you bid to 28 grand, the reserve was 30, can you go up a bit further? And if you say no, they'll go back to the vendor and say, look, this guy bid to 28 grand, will you be happy at 28 grand because we can sell it? Or they'll go to the next lowest bidder. So say the other guy bid to 27.5 grand, you get first option, and then they'll go to the next guy and say, look, if you can come up to 30, it's yours. So they'll try and work with people to sell the stuff afterwards. But if you don't meet reserve, yeah, you don't pay anything, no, which is not a bad deal. That's good money for that. Like, you'll pay 30, 35 grand for a later model one that's with the supercharged motor and everything.
Three's back. 33 to the bid.
Straight away.
There was a nice yellow XY Falcon, always parked at Nanango Courts.
34, who wants it more?
There was a Jason, there was an XY recently. I think I put photos on my Kingatow page. It was a GT replica, and it sold for, I'm going to say 65 or 70 grand recently. That was here in Nanango. It was manual, had all the GT gear, had Simmons on it and stuff. I picked up a blue one out of Harvey Bay for another guy in Kingaroy probably 6 or 8 months ago. He paid maybe 80 for it or something as a replica. Wasn't a bad sort of vehicle. But yeah, there was a yellow GT replica in Kingaroy here for quite a while. I hope that made sense. I was sort of trying to watch the auction. Here we go. So this is the later... What is it? No, it's an Aston Martin. The Aston Martin and the Jags are a very similar vehicle. See the front on that's a bit different. The later model Jags, XKRs, look a lot more like the Aston Martin. Yeah, see, it just looks like a nicer car. The XKRs look a lot more like that, more like the Aston Martin. And the Aston Martins come as manuals, I think, whereas all the Jags were autos.
Thanks. Next lot coming up, we have lot 277. It's a 19...
They're hooking through them, like they're going through them quick, eh?
This has 146,000 kilometres on the odometer. It's a 6.7 V8 petrol engine, automatic transmission, and it's finished in chrome. This is a
Finished in what? Did she say chrome?
And the interior was refurbished. It's recently been serviced by Gold Coast Rolls-Royce, and it's a beautiful car to drive. Let's take it to auction, Lee.
As if she's driven it.
All right. Thank you. It is a great roller. Current bidding 15,000.
Yeah, it's silver. I can't see myself ever buying one of these. What do you guys reckon? Do you have any sort of... all the interiors look the same. All those early Jags and that, the rollers, the lot, those seats all look the same.
16, thank you. Rise to 5. Just got 5 more.
16 grand. It doesn't seem like a lot, does it? When that thing's handmade and... Yeah. Would you just buy that and daily it? For 16 grand, like, Christ, you hardly buy a Turbo Falcon for that.
Checking out some other bits and pieces, and he said since he's owned it, it's just never missed a beat. He went all the way down to the north coast of Sydney and back, didn't miss a beat. Really good, sort of everyday driving car. Chrome looks amazing too. Yeah, it's in good.
Yeah, so in case I was babbling incoherently because I was trying to watch the auction, yeah, you don't have to, if the car goes in and gets passed through, you don't have to pay anything. You can just go and pick it up and, yeah, or they'll put it through their next auction. There was like some skylines and stuff down there when I took the Liberty in that covered in dirt and dust and stuff. There was some really nice Tiranas too that should be coming through this as well. There was a couple of really nice LJs, LCs, GDR looking stuff.
Thank you, boys. Next up, we have lot 200.
Yeah, need 16K to keep it on the road, yeah.
Kessel Lotus 7. This is 2,900 kilometres on the odometer. It's a 4-cylinder petrol engine, 4-speed manual transmission, and it's finished in yellow. Over to you, boys, for the bidding.
All right. On the Lotus.
A gangster's dream.
Current bidding 15,100. Looking for fives. Dibs.
Okay.
Not a big fan. Looks like it's got Tirana Sprint Masters on it.
Hammers up. Thank you.
Hammers up.
You're playing for keeps bidders.
Oh,
One more bid and it's yours. Otherwise,
15 grand. What do you guys reckon? I'm not there. They can keep this and they can park it next to the Rolls Royce that I don't want as well.
Gotta go.
Price the same as a V8 AU Fairlane. I got a mate that wants one of those V8 AU Fairlanes. I got a 6-cylinder one here that I gave him, but he hasn't. You haven't come and picked it up, so you mustn't be too keen on it.
Well done. 15-1 by.
15-1. Wow.
Congratulations to the new custodian. Next up, we have lot 281. It's a 1989 Van Diemen RF 89 Formula Ford.
What the fuck is that? Has anyone ever heard of that?
This historic Formula Ford Van Diemen RF 89 race car.
Oh, it's a race car.
Number H.
They're all race cars, aren't they?
Race ready. The car was racing
Especially after it rains. They're all race cars after it rains. Adds so much horsepower.
The restoration was
Oh, how's this? I've got a BA Ute that I bought the other day, and I had to drop a tipper off at a guy's place, and then I dropped the Falcon out there to drive it back, and I got back here. Nerily was waiting out the front, and I got out, and all the wheel nuts on the back were loose. The wheel almost fell. It was starting to sound a bit funny on the way back. Yeah. I'm not surprised you don't see them very often. They Volvo wheels on it. They look like Volvo wheels. Get the dirty VN comedy. Liquid horsepower, that's it. That's where it's at. Skid up a storm. I've actually started to look a bit further into the Duratec and Zetec for the early escorts and stuff like that, because I've collected quite a few, and I can't seem to get any Zetecs because the Duratec has the exhaust manifold on the driver's side in this country. So when you make your exhaust, you've got to go past the steering shaft, whereas the Zetecs have it on the passenger side, so it's easier to do an exhaust. But do you think I can get my hands on any Zetecs? I think I've got about 10 Duratecs. Yeah, so, but I've started looking at gearboxes, and as far as I can work out, the T5s out of the early Falcons have the right shaft length and everything, like input shaft. So, yeah, I've got one here that I'm going to test soon, and then I can start collecting gearboxes for all those projects. Believe it or not, you don't see a lot of videos, but there is a lot that goes on every day towards the restoration stuff. It just, yeah.
It's 1964 Volkswagen Beetle with 73,000 miles on the odometer. It's a 1.7 petrol engine manual.
Never had much to do with the old Volkswagens. I looked into it a bit when I was going down to pick that combi up because I ended up buying carbies, distributors, brake lines, brake masters, everything for that thing. I like those bars. This is sort of the model where you're at. It's in that sweet spot where they're affordable, not as expensive as a split window, rear window, or an oval. But yeah, 63, 64, I reckon, is where it's at with these. Just so as you know, Clevo's fit in escorts, yeah. Yeah, but Duratecs fit too. Duratecs are where it's at. Do you want me to stop patting it, do you? The bloody cat sits on me, right, but gets the shits because I pat it. My head's in the way. There we go.
Yes.
12,100 now.
Jesus.
12,001. What do you say?
Surely I'll get over 10 for my car if dirty old Volkswagen. What's wrong with those seats? Lloyd's are pretty good. Like with the ad they done, they take the photos, but then they do a video too. Like if you go into the Lloyd's thing and look at my ad, like they start the car up, it sits there, it idles away while they do the video. They walk around, they look inside it. You can see inside the door jams to see how clean cars are, and yeah, I like Lloyd's, I really do. And I like this too, that you can sit here and watch the auctions on a Saturday. Today's Saturday, isn't it? Yeah.
Bidding for 13,000.
Passed in too, didn't sell. Wow.
Taylor, back to you.
Thank you so much, Anthony. Next up, we have lot 283. It's a 1974 Volkswagen Beetle with 49,000.
74. So these aren't worth as much, these ones, because they're like the Super Beetle one with the bigger window and padded dash and all that sort of carry on.
Another tidy Beetle. Current bidding 8,100. We're looking for threes.
Yeah, see, they just don't look as good. The bars don't look as good. See, the rear window's larger. Can't get there on the whole Super Beetle thing. There was one for sale the other day, and the steering wheel, see, it's all plastic. There was one for sale on the way outside of Kilcoy a couple of months back, and I thought, oh, that looks cheap. And it sold for like 12 grand or something. I thought it was going to be about 2.5. Beetles amaze me the money they get for them, eh? It's absolutely nuts.
On the Beetle.
I got a bit 84 on
8,700 you got.
What do you reckon? 87, I said.
Yeah.
700 now. Frank, looking at you. At 8,700.
Let's be frank.
It's got a new battery.
No one's buying it. Oh, it's got a new battery. Gee, wow.
It's a clean example and it's in good running order.
It's very yellow.
Normally see them for less than sort of about 11 to 13,000. So plenty of room to move. We're getting closer and a good example.
They have a good price guide and everything with Lloyd's auctions too. I was always a bit of a fan of so just hang the phone up. I was always a bit of a fan of Gray's online, but yeah, they lost me when they tried to rip me off on that last 808, and yeah.
I'm going to sell.
Yeah, the days of VN Commodores for $100 are gone. In saying that, I get some rusted out wrecks at times. I did buy 4 VS Commodores. Well, no, there was 1 VS Commodore and 3 Lexans last week, but they were just so bad. They've all gone to scrap already. There was no motors. One had a motor, sorry, but they were trashed. Guy had used them for parts cars for years, and yeah, weren't worth holding on to. Jeez, that's getting good money, that thing, isn't it? It's selling too.
11,200.
Yes.
7.
Wow. 11,700.
11,700 here. 11,700.
Are any of you guys bidding on any of the stuff today? Have you had a look through any of the auction catalog to see what else is up for sale?
Sell away for 11,700.
Sold.
Well done, Taylor.
Thanks, Anthony. Next up, we have lot 284. It's a 1962 Volkswagen Carbon Gear. This is indicating 52,000.
This is where it's at. I would love one of these,
Petrol engine, 4-speed
but I'm
manual
far too poor to
transmission
own one.
in red. Over to you, Lee, for the bidding.
Okay, thank you, Taylor. On the Volkswagen Carbon Gear, current bidding 13,300.
Okay.
What do you reckon of these?
Kick it on by.
Do you like the Carmen Gears? I reckon they look cool as. I reckon they're awesome.
14,300.
This will go for near 20, I reckon. 20, 22 grand. Oh, it's where it should be at. I like that chrome strip on it. You don't see a lot of those strips on them.
15,200.
Love them. I reckon they're awesome, eh? Apparently they drive like shit, though. All these old cars do, though, realistically. I like building them and
Still enormous.
working on them and stuff, but then a lot of the times you get them going and it's like, oh, I don't even want to drive this to Kingaroy.
Yeah, look, we do love the car
Yeah.
gears down here at Lloyd's.
Almost looks like a spaceship, you reckon?
We haven't seen that many, certainly in this condition. Generally, a little bit closer to 20,000, so still room to wiggle on this one, folks.
Okay.
Wiggle it just a little bit.
Thank you.
15,007 the bid at 15,007 bid on out of 15,007 and out of 15.
One more bid under bidder.
15,007 and out of 15,000 and out of 15.
Is the HQ a sedan? Who was that? Scary? Hard to find a good HQ sedan. I've got a couple of it does look good, this thing, eh? If I wasn't so poor and such a tight ass, I'd buy it. No, I'm looking forward to me Valiant Ute. We're going to have some good nights painting that thing. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be mad. And I get to buy wheels for it too. That's the best part about the whole thing, more wheels. Does need to be everything needs to be lowered to the point where it's undrivable. Volkswagen. Fritzenberger plus Bucketer.
Another great opportunity going under the hammer.
This one's a bit rougher. You can see the chrome's gone off a bit. The interior looks like it's had a new interior pack thrown at it. The front bumper bar's bent. It's looks like the look at the rear guard. How where the rear guard comes across. I've never noticed those body lines before. See there how it comes up and over. I've never noticed that before.
Great example.
Yeah, I'm liking that one. Oh, that's on the market too. That's no reserve. That's cheap. Pity you can't put a bid in. Swap you for my Liberty. Dude. Oh. Wow. That is so cheap. That's the buy of the day so far. What do you guys reckon? Or do you not like them? I'm looking at it. So we've got 72 Volkswagen fastback. So this is a fastback, whereas the notchbacks have got the boot. I'd rather... these are like some of the first injected Volkswagens. I know nothing about Volkswagen. Completely talking out of my ass here. But the fastback's not really where I'm at, or the wagons. But do you know what I mean by the notchback with the boot?
Awesome opportunity.
Oh, what the fuck? Hang on. That's not quite... No, that's... Wow. That's, I'd buy that. I am a bit of a kit car fan. There was a Celica kit car thing down in South Australia a while back that I was trying to sort of do a deal on, but it was just too far away. Sort of regret not buying it a bit now, but yeah. I'm after a Falcon. Looking at a Falcon X in Nanango 15 years ago. It was a factory candy apple red with a 302 Windsor top ladder. Needed some work, but it was complete. Should have bought it. Yeah, I know those ones, Jason. I've plenty of them that I should have bought. There's plenty I shouldn't have bought too. I found a tonner that was sitting in a shed, only 20 years, with a 318 in it. 308, you mean? Hard to bid on any of these older cars without seeing them in. Yeah, that's right. I agree. See, this would have been us guys doing this road trip back in the combi, but it just didn't work out. I would have been eating vegan food and all sorts of stuff.
What an amazing example this one is. Current bidding, $55,000.
Jesus.
Unbelievable. 57.
That's cheap. I wonder if it's an import, though. Is it an import? It might be like a Brazilian import or something to be that cheap.
That's a great price, folks.
See, it's got later model wheels and stuff on it. That's why I'm thinking it was like an overseas restoration. And being that cheap. Wow. Multiple bidders. Multiple orgasms. 1 tonner balanced blueprint of 327 chef. Fuely heads. Nice, 9-inch. 285s, Jesus. 285, 55, 14s. They'd be bloody expensive tyres these days. That is cheap. It's not on the market, but What did that? I was talking shit when that Ferrari looking thing got passed in. How much did it get passed in at? I might try and buy that. And did anyone notice what state it was in? Not as in condition, but Queensland, Victoria. 65 G's. Jesus. 5K. Okay. That's not bad, I reckon. But it passed in. I wonder what the reserve on it would have been. Because that thing in good condition going would have been, what do you think? I'm thinking it'd be probably 8-9 grand for that Ferrari looking thing if it was good and happening.
So if you've got a young family, you're thinking, I don't know if I can get in a combi. Well, you can. The way that's been modified in the interior. You put the kids in there safely and legally. Enjoy. Great day to buy a combi.
Legally? What are you worried about legally? None of that stuff applies to any of us. We can do whatever we like.
Make the top better. Don't mess it for two.
What do you say? Are we all done at $69,000? Goes bidding for 69.
Great value at that. Betting will
Passed in. Wow.
Thanks, Anthony. Next up, we have lot 295. It's a 1973 Volkswagen Combi Microbus. This is indicating at 272,000.
73, so it's like a bay window. I don't know anything about combis. I'm just talking out of my ass now. I know they're expensive and they're rusty and they're slow.
Over to you, Lee.
Alrighty. It'll have some stories. Current bidding, 11,500.
Oh. If you painted it a decent colour, someone would buy it, but that colour
12 you got.
devalues it by half, I reckon. What is wrong with people? But I am about to paint a Valiant Ute bright orange, I suppose, so I have all my own issues, I suppose, don't I? But at least it's like the RT Valiant colours with the Valiant stripes and that. I know it's not a Charger, but I like the black stripes and stuff. I think they look cool. Jesus.
Great little combi.
Would you drive around in that, even without the bull bar?
Still cheap.
Bidding for 13,700.
No.
All right. Bidding will continue.
That is gay as AIDS, that thing.
Thanks, Lee. Coming up next, we have lot 310. It's a 1977 BMW 633.
Had to price those kit cars. Too rare. Personally love them. Probably future classic. So what do we got? BMW
Over to you, boys, for the bidding.
633 Series 1. What's that?
Thank you.
I'm sort of liking a bit of the old BMWs recently.
7,500.
Nice. I've got one of them out the front, but a 4-door one. And it's not worth anywhere near that. If anyone wants to buy it, actually, it's out the front. I'm never going to do anything with it. I don't mind these. That with the right wheels on its guts could be pretty cool. I'm going to buy... My daughter's got a 320D BMW turbo diesel thing. I'm going to buy one for myself because it's so cheap on fuel. Onsong put it on the dyno and got some really good numbers out of it. And it's just good on fuel. So with Savannah living in Brisbane and Neralee's moving to Toowoomba, it means I'll be able to just jump in it and go and have dinner with them, and it won't cost me much to drive there. Whereas the Jag and everything else I own costs a fortune. That hideous bull bar as well. Yeah, I know, it's terrible, eh? I'd like to buy one and put it on Club Rego. Oh, that Carmen gear, I agree, 11 grand. Oh,
You're looking for threes.
that's the go. Look at this thing. I did get it. Have you seen the two-door E30 I bought recently? It's nowhere near as clean as this thing. That's so nice with those BBS wheels. Yeah, buddy. That's so good. Twin exhaust. Look at that. That's tough as. Love it. Manual. That thing will go 13, 14 grand. I think the reserve would be on it. Geez, like those E30s? I'm a big fan. I like it a lot. Little bobtail spoiler.
Yes. The bid. 10,000.
It still hasn't hit reserve, but
We're 10,600.
wonder what the F30 means. It's supposed to be an E30, isn't it? Why isn't it an F30? Does anyone know their BMWs? I don't.
10,006 the bid.
Yeah, I like them too.
At 10,600. What do you say? We all done at 10,000.
The price of VLs is crazy these days. Even rusted out shit boxes.
Thanks, Tony.
I'm not the biggest VL fan, but I do like the RB30. That's why I'm doing that patrol at the moment. Turbo
It's got
RB30.
better fuel economy, more power, more reliable and serviceable long term. And the donor engine comes with original on-board service history from the donor car.
I'm not sure what engine to go
Keep bidding.
in the
Okay, thank you.
E36. That's an E30. I've got a few E36 two-doors, but I bought one E30 two-door, and I've got to try and buy a parts car because I didn't realise how expensive they were for parts and stuff.
Bidding for 11,600.
That is a nice car.
Good bidding.
Yes, back to you.
Got lot 320 up next. It's a 1986 BMW 735i. It's indicating 276,000 kilometres on the clock. Runs a 3.4 litre straight six petrol engine, automatic transmission, and it's finished in white. Let's see what she's worth.
Do you reckon she actually knows what she's talking about, or was she reading that off a teleprompter? Who watched the debate last night with Trump and that? Those wheels, I've got a 5 Series BMW out the front with those wheels. I tried to put them across onto an E36, and the brakes and everything off the 5 Series are so big that, yeah, they're made just for the... He must have done a full brake change and everything.
Got lot 323 up next. It's a 1987 BMW E30 325e, indicating 157,000 kilometres on the
E30, nice.
clock.
325.
7 litre straight six petrol engine.
Oh, it's got 6 in it.
Transmission, and it's finished in white. Let's take it to auction.
All right, good idea, Des. Current bidding 7,000.
Well, I wonder how she come up with that idea to take it to auction.
Let's take it away. Trying to play here at 7,000.
BBS wheels again. It's a 4-door though, so it really is just a parts car, but...
7,000 here. At 7,006. Bid mine out of it. 7,006. Bid out of it.
Ooh.
7,006. Bid out of it. 7,006. Bid out of it.
Wheels have got a shit offset in the front, aren't they? Looks a bit ridiculous.
100.
Tint's old as.
7,6 or 10,6? 7,6. 10,6. Sounds the same. Does.
I can't get there on the 4-doors. I would have one if I had to. That Jimmy Oakes has got a black one. The drift car that he built was quite good, but yeah.
Value at that. Thanks, Anthony. Des?
Lot 324 up next. It's a 1993 BMW 540i E34, indicating 272,000 kilometres on the clock.
Yeah, Biden got destroyed, eh?
Petrol engine. It's a 5-speed
And
transmission.
540i E34. The
All right, very sporty. Current bidding $1,750.
yeah, the one I got's pretty rough, but everything I've got's pretty rough. Just take that directly to the scrapyard. I got one like that. It's got a TV screen in it. It's got top of the line black one. It's got the big motor in it though. That's why it's still there.
1,700. What do you say? All done. 1,700.
So when you say an E series, do you mean E30s and E36s as well?
M3 E36, indicating 232,000 kilometres on the clock. Runs a
An
3-litre straight six petrol
M3.
engine, manual transmission, and it's finished in blue. Let's take it to auction.
It's a Manuel.
Looks tidy. Current bidding 19,500. Looking for 5.
Yep.
Tony?
Radio. 19,500
Send over the
here.
mark.
Like the blue
20 you got.
19,020 now. 20,000.
E36. 20 grand. Wow.
I know what it's worth.
500.
Thank you.
I know what I've got.
Very cool.
I do like these E36 2-doors. Wow. That seems cheap for an M3 too.
21,500 now.
22.
Still not for sale, but like it's still reserved, still there.
Everyone wants the M3 badge.
22,000 here. 22,000 a bit now, folks. What do you reckon?
I reckon the reserve on this thing will be near 30, 28, 30 grand. What do you guys reckon?
Very tidy.
I don't know if you guys watch Adam LZ at all, but he's got the next model up from the E36, the blue one. It's like a lightish sort of blue Laguna Seca Blue or something. It's a beautiful car.
$2,000 goes bidding for 22.
Great bidding.
Des.
Lot 328 up next. It's a 1998 BMW E36 Z3, indicating 154,000 kilometres.
I'm not a real fan on these. These are quite cheap, these BMWs. These. Hang on, is it the right? I might be talking out of my ass here a bit.
Alrighty.
Wait till I can see it. I
One
don't.
more thing. It's being offered with no reserve here at Lloyd's Classic Car Auctions. And other
Yeah,
great
these.
classic
These are pretty cheap, these things.
Anthony,
Surprisingly cheap for what they are.
Find a new home.
Okay, we're gonna
Automatic.
It's gonna go.
And it's very yellow.
Will be sold.
Here I'm going to sell him away.
Wow.
$5,000 I sell away for
Shit.
$5,000.
That is so cheap. It is very yellow, though.
Sold. Well done, Des.
Wow.
Lot 329 up next. It's a 2000 BMW E38.
That's crazy cheap.
358,000 kilometres on the clock.
But they don't pull big money.
Petrol engine, 5-speed automatic transmission, and it's finished in white. Let's take it to auction.
All right, very tidy again. Current bidding 920. How good with the 2000s, Anthony?
This thing's clean. Is that like what I've got out the front? E38? Yeah, mine's the same as that. Television in it. Yeah, I think mine's the same as that. Except my wheels aren't gay like those ones. Mine's black. I don't think it is the same because mine's a 5 Series, I'm pretty sure. Dude,
Lot 330 up next. It's a
$1,000 bucks.
2005 BMW M3 E46, indicating 140,000 kilometres on the clock. Runs a 3.2 litre straight six petrol engine, it's a 6-speed manual transmission, and it's finished in blue. Let's take it to auction.
let's take it to auction. She loves that line, doesn't she?
2005 BMW M3 E46. Current bidding
Yeah, that's where it's at.
$4,000.
Oh, it's convertible.
It'll be a winner.
Repairable write-off, and it's freaking 24 grand.
Who's got it? Only 5.
At 24,000 now, don't miss
Wow.
it. At 24,000 bid, $24,000 to one out of it, $24,000 out of it, $24,000 out of it, $24,000.
Come on.
24 at 24,000.
It is. I do like E46s. They're starting to date a little bit. I would like to buy a couple of two-door ones.
Lot
Soon.
331 up next. It's a 1960 Mercedes-Benz.
I wanna buy everything, though.
It's 38,000 miles on the clock. Runs a 6-cylinder
Mercedes-Benz.
manual transmission, and it's finished in blue. Let's see what she's worth.
All right, race the signs. Changing pace. It's the 1960 Merc.
My brother rode off an E46 last week. Well, there you go. Was it a two-door, mate? I can never get my head around these Mercs, right? Some of them are worth money, but it seems like the ones I always get are the ones that are scrap. I scrapped about 4 or 5 Mercs this year already. One of them was the big block V8 one that Nerily actually sold it for me to a guy. She's been doing really well with her parts and dealing with people. So proud of her, eh? Bloody good. Pulls parts off herself. So she had to get brake discs and calipers and stuff off the other day, and she just asked me how to do it and and what tools, and she went out there, jacked it up, she pulled it all apart. I was so proud. Bloody good. She's going to be stripping wheels and tires for me on Monday. Bloody good kid, having a real good bash, eh? Body swap. I think that's ugly myself. I can't get there on that. It looks like an old Hudson crossed with a, yeah. But I love me Jags. A lot of people don't like Jags, I suppose, but I do. Wow. Sold to the man with the boogie on his lip.
It's a 1965 Mercedes-Benz 220S, indicating 55,000 kilometres on the clock.
I could go a two-door one. You know the two-door Mercedeses that were in every movie ever that had to show that some chick was hot and had money? Is this one of them?
Alrighty.
Too old, 65.
We're going time for a spin in the 60s. Current bidding 13,500. A lot of car for that. I reckon that's great value.
13,000, 3,600, dude.
All right. Great car.
I don't know. What do you guys reckon? Can you get there with those?
14.5 you've got. What's it worth? Bid again.
14,500. Was it 3,600 a second ago? See, it says 3,600.
Very tight.
15,000 bid about their pine out of 15,000 out of 15,005 and out of 15,000.
15 grand. What's wrong with people?
16 you've got.
16 bid, 16,000 bidders. That's 16,000 dollars now. 500 here. That's
Yeah, that's them. The SL two doors. Yeah, I don't really want a convertible one, but yeah, I wouldn't mind an SL Merc. Some of them are V8s too, I think. There was a white one a while ago with BBS wheels on it down at Gray's that went through fairly cheap that I looked at. The trouble is, it's hard to keep the money up to all my hopes and dreams because they all turn into nightmares.
The 220 is half.
18,000.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to this Valiant Ute, though. It's going to be good. That's my next sort of off on a tangent thing. The Rodeo Turbo Diesel Ute I got too. I'm going to sell that. That's sort of clean and going now, but I'm not going to keep that. I got a Navara the other day, which I should be out there pulling the front end apart on it now. But
Thank you.
yeah.
19,500.
What's it worth?
Yes, if anyone wants a good turbo diesel Rodeo, I'm going to do some wheels and tyres on it, and it'll just go out as an as-is thing. I'm not finishing it or doing anything, but it runs and drives all right. Be cheapy, couple of grand, 2-3 grand, something like that. The Jackaroo turbo diesel thing that's here, the turbo turned up, but the exhaust housing on the turbo is different to the one that was on it, so I'm going to make a dump pipe for it. I just haven't had time.
Under bidder, you must respond. We're still chasing fires for a little bit longer.
Yeah, that Rodeo, being a turbo diesel, it makes it sort of a viable thing for someone. Because it's slow, but I think it'd chug along forever. 21 grand for that one.
21,000 here.
Dude, tell him he's dreaming.
21,500.
Has the Liberty price changed at all, anyone? I can't come off here because I'm using my phone. Or is it still at 9.6?
Just really looked after well. Good history. And just a good starting.
Need an SLE.
Good cut polish, but you can spend all day polishing it and just start again when you finish. Good fun. Okay. No change.
Kingatow, hello. Why have I messaged myself? Hello. How'd that happen? Is that you, Nicole?
Okay. Good advice. 21 and a half. Alrighty. Looking for 500s. Don't miss it for one.
Take it at 2 when you're ready. At 21 and a half the bid, folks. 21,500 about there. 21 and a half. 21 and a half.
Yes, it is, Nicole. I was wondering how I messaged myself.
It's got to be worth 30.
I was on a country drive last Sunday and saw a CM Valiant Ute sitting in a paddock. Yeah, mine's the older one. It's not CM or CL. It's more like the VH style Valiant. So like your Chargers.
1968 Mercedes-Benz 208 SE Coupe, indicating 94,000 miles on the clock, runs a 2.8 litre straight-six petrol engine,
Running-
automatic transmission, and is finished in white. This one's Australian delivered and had a resto approximately 10 years ago.
30 PSI. I'm not surprised that it blew up. 380 SL. Is this like one of the ones I wanted?
Current bidding.
Still at 9.6. Thank you. Oh, it's a coupe.
Geez, you could just go no. You could do no wrong. You could do no wrong.
$61,000. God damn. Looks like it had a Valiant coffin console in it.
Enormous value at that. 3.
Enormous value, you reckon, at $63,000.
Wow.
I agree. Wow.
It's 63 now. 63,000 delivered by
Yes.
God damn.
Great bid. Well done.
65,
New bidder.
65.
65 new way.
65,000 here. What do you say?
7's back.
Yeah, Peter, my one is a Dodge, my Ute that I've got already, but the new one that I've got is a Valiant. So I think the early ones were Dodge, and then, yeah, the slightly later model ones were Valiants. But yes, that's the model I'm talking about, yeah.
Back in the box seat. You just got to stay there. 69. 71. Thank you.
Wow.
Excellent bidding.
That is crazy. Isn't it amazing the difference price between a 2-door and a 4-door? Because those other ones, that's who is spending $73,000 on that? Wow. You got to wonder if that's going internationally or something.
73,000 the bid.
Don't miss this car for 2. 5, thank you. Great bid.
75. That's 75.
That is a lot of money for an old car,
75,000 here.
for an old Merc. Like, dude,
Frank's got the mic. He looks like
that is absolutely bonkers.
Is back in front. Well done.
That's 77 now, looking for the bridge, seeking instructions here. 77,000.
They're waiting to see if they'll take the reserve off it.
77,000 bid.
Wow.
$77,000 to one out of it. $77,000 now, but $77,000 now, but $77,000.
Who would have expected? Is there any Merc guys on here? Is that good buying at that?
Don gets back in the driver's seat. Again, I can't reiterate how important it is for these cars to have their books. This old 208 SE has its original books and full service.
Yeah, more money than sense. I agree,
Hence the bidding. Great car. Yeah, amazing opportunity.
Matthew. Who would pay that? I agree.
81, thank you.
If it was a Jag, I can understand it, but an old Merc, dude, full Fritzenberger pus bucket. Wow.
10 seconds.
81,000 now. 81,000 of the barn out of it. 81,000 all now, but 81,000 all now, but 81,000 all now, but 81,000 all now, but 81 here. At 81,000 now. 81.
Don't miss it for 2. Jesus. Wow.
At $81,000 goes bidding for 81.
That passed in too. That didn't even sell.
Alrighty,
Well
yes,
done.
back to
Great
you.
bidding. Thank you.
Lot 335 up next. It's a 1971 Mercedes-Benz SL 350, indicating 150.
This is the ones I like, the 2-door ones, I'm pretty sure.
Petrol engine, automatic transmission, and she's finished in red. Let's take it to auction, boys.
Is this the ones? The little 2-door ones?
SL350. A lot of fun. Great nerve.
Yeah, this is them.
11,000.
Nicole, you may end up in one of these one day. Because I do like them. I don't know if I really want to drive one, but I'd buy one for you to drive.
Yes.
12,002 bid now. 12,002 to one out of it. 12,002 now.
500 to play.
You reckon the reserve would have been 100k on that other one?
You would. It's a no-brainer.
Hello, Kylie Lockerbie. Hello, Aussie, thumbs up. That's me. Hi, wave, yeah.
13-2 straight back.
That's the way it works in our family. Is I think up these cars I want to buy. I don't really want to drive them. I just want to work on them. So it's like Neryl's B&W. I wanted one of them, but
10 seconds.
I'd never have time to drive them. So I'll buy it, give it to her, and then it's there if I occasionally want to drive it.
14-2 straight back. Says no.
14-2.
Mine.
Multiple bidders. This just needs BBS wheels, dropped on its guts.
10 seconds. Hammers up.
They look good done right, but like that, it looks like shit, obviously. Maybe the convert... Oh, it's on the market at 14.2.
Gotta go.
Mmm.
Same courtesy under bidder.
Still a lot of money for a crusty old Merc, isn't it?
15-2.
here. 15,002 with one out of it. 15,002.
Who wants it more? 10 seconds to decide.
15,000.
Dude.
Now 15,002. I'm going to sell him away. At 15,200, I sell away. For
Yeah, I like those ones too. Ford Beast.
So,
There was a white one years ago when I done a one of the Greys videos, and I did quite like it. If I could find a rough one for $5,000, I'd be happy with that. One of those with an LS in it would be sick.
This one presents in factory original condition, and let's see what she's worth.
great Mercedes in the catalogue today. This one. No exception. Factory condition. Current bidding. 5,500.
I wonder if this one's a 450. So this is the 4.5 litre V8. So I wonder if the other one, the 3 whatever it was a 6-cylinder one.
5,008 the bid. 5,008.
So that one looks heaps better. So is that a newer model? So 74.
5,800 now. 5,008 bid. 5,008 about there. 5,000 over to 561. 6,100 now. 6,000. One bit of one out of 6,000. One bit over to 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 6,000. One here. 6,100 now. What do you say?
That's see, that's reasonable, isn't it? That's cheap enough for me to buy, drive it once, and stick it in my yard.
6,100 goes in 6,100.
Yeah, great price.
It is.
We'll continue on that one.
But it's passing in. It didn't sell, so
Got 345 up next.
Yeah.
1979 Mercedes-Benz 280E Australian delivered, indicating 289,000 kilometres on the clock. Runs a 2.8 litre straight six petrol engine, automatic transmission.
that was good. But it passed in, didn't it?
Alrighty.
Nicole's saying there that she's keen, so I might have to buy one or two. Got to buy two. Yeah, I scrapped a few of these the other week.
More my budget, you reckon?
1,009. 1,009 about there. 1,009 over 1,000. 1,000 over 1,000.
They're full mafia staff cars.
5 seconds.
1,900.
Is that diff sitting too far forward or something?
Bidding for 1950. Des.
Look, 350 up next. It's a 1982 Mercedes-Benz 280 TE, indicating 369,000 kilometres on the clock. Runs a 2.7 litre straight six petrol engine, automatic transmission, and it's finished in gold. Let's see what she's worth.
Good idea, Des. On the 1982 Mercedes-Benz.
People keep trying to ring me. Don't they realise I'm busy?
Family mover. Current bidding 3,360. It's a lot of
Oh,
money
the WRX won't go anywhere. It's just, yeah.
300 bid. 3,000. 3,100. 3,000. 3,000. 3,000. 3,000. 3,000. 3,000. 3,000. 3,000. 3,000. 3,000. 3,000. 3,000.
I reckon that's awesome.
Do I still have the V8 Hilux? Yeah, it's out the front.
3,300 now. 3,000.
I don't sell anything. All the cars are long-term projects for me, long-term plan. You know, like you have a business plan for 5 years or 10 years. My plan was to have the cars there to restore. So there's a list in my head of, you know, when you were a young bloke and you wanted to buy this car and you wanted to buy that car, but you could never afford it. That list is still in my head, but now I've, yeah, Hey mate, are you watching it? Is there a way I can view it with full resolution? Yeah, it's just on YouTube. So you can just put in Lloyd's auctions and it'll come up. It's just I've got a car coming up in here in another 100 lots, and I haven't done a video for a while, so I thought I'd take the time to spend some time with you guys and say hello, and yeah. And it's always good to, this sort of thing shows me what other people, what you guys are into too, you know, like it's sort of, yeah. The driveway, I haven't had time to deal with it, to be honest. Yeah, the driveway thing will get sorted. It's just not a battle for today. And plus, I'm on a good behaviour bond from Christmas time with the other neighbours. So, yeah. Anyway, that's another battle for another day. Today, it's about two-door Mercs. Jesus. Imagine lifting those wheels up on the back there. Like trying to lift them, like you get a flat tire and you got to lift those big monster wheels up on there. Maybe I'm just getting old. And I do appreciate you guys hanging in there with me watching this. I know the resolution's not the best. Next time I put a car through, I'll actually put some thought into the streaming it properly instead of holding onto my phone like this. But I do appreciate your patience, guys, and yeah, I do enjoy the YouTube stuff and getting to know a lot of you guys from time to time when you're building stuff, and yeah, it's good. I'm looking forward to doing it full time.
What do you say? All done. Goes bidding for 34.
34 grand.
5 you've got. 5.
Wow.
35 and a half. 35 and a half now. At 35 and a half.
That thing could go anywhere, but I don't think I want to go anywhere that it could go. No, it's not a Merc. It's the classic car auctions. So they've gone through Mercs and stuff. I've got a Subaru Liberty Turbo in the auction. I think my lot number's like 508 or something, or 504. There's been a good mix of stuff so far that's gone through.
It's a 2.4 litre straight four turbo diesel engine, 4-speed manual transmission, and it's finished in.
But yeah, they're just doing Mercs at the moment. There was, when I went down and booked it in at Brisbane, there was a Mad Max cars too, like a XB hardtop, the black one with the supercharger, and the MFP XB Falcon. I'm looking forward to seeing what they sell for because they were so nice. There were Tiranas down there. I'm guessing they're going in alphabetical order, so ST. So the Tiranas will be up after the Subarus. Yeah, that kit car was pretty cool. The Carmen Gear, that earlier Carmen Gear that went through at like 11 grand, that was good buying. The other thing I can never work out are the Land Rovers that this reminded me of them. Like, some of them are worth big money, but then some of them aren't. I can never pick which ones are worth the money.
14,000 now.
Larders. I've got one larder here, I think. Yeah, there's one. There's one larder there. I've kept it there because underneath the larder, where the tail shaft comes through, there's like a step down tail shaft reversible thing. And it looked like if I ever done put a motorcycle engine in a car, that thing would work well. But there is a larder here. I think the motor's fucked in it. I can't remember, to be honest. It's actually sitting up in top of the Dodge Tipper, in the back of the Tipper. And there's a XR80 motorbike in the back of the larder, I think, from memory.
Current bidding, 7,300.
These look good in a two-door. I like these. These look awesome as a two-door. Whether I'd ever build one, I don't know. Maybe you could stream your next car sales like now video game streamers do. Yes, Daniel, I could, but I only decided I was going to do this like 15 minutes before I went live, and my daughter almost ripped the bar off the front of her BMW, and I had to fix that quickly and then get this up and working and all the rest of it. And I figured it was better just to come and do the live like this than not do it at all, because they were the two options: not do it or do it dodgy. So we're rolling old school dodgy today, but next time I will set up properly and do it better. But I'm enjoying it. I hope you guys are too. I know it's a little bit frustrating sometimes when audio and stuff isn't the best, but it is what it is. I just wish they'd stop putting Mercs through and put some decent cars through. 15 grand, Jesus. It's Valiant. What does it say? Hang on. Stream like video gamers, yes. Everything. Enjoying the stream. Thanks, yeah. Thank you, mate. I appreciate it. Estimated about 30 minutes for my one. Okay, cool. It's Valiant, then Ford, then Holden at the end. I'm keen to see the Valiant. I'm on a bit of a Valiant kick at the moment. I bought a couple more hardtops too.
Thank you very much. Current bidding.
Thanks, Matthew. I appreciate it. 600 SLE 6 litre V8. So there's one of the two-door ones there, and no reserve, and it's at 10 Gs. The strangest car that I've seen, I just sold a Territory with a massive big 5-poster on the front of it. I sold that last week. Weirdest car with a bull bar. I got a little Mazda over there, little Mazda 1300 wagon with a big bull bar on it. I had to buy a whole other car to get a front bar to replace it.
So well done, Des.
Look, 374 up next. It's a 1993 Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah, mate. You asked before about the white TX3. It's out the front there, buddy. I've got a turbo motor there for it and a wiring harness and everything because all the mice ate all the wiring harness in it. But it's sitting out the front there next to the E36 coupes and the Toyota Sora. I want to get a blue one because I got a red one, and the white one now from you, and I want to get a blue one. The grey ones I don't think I'll ever find, but if I can find a blue two-door TX3, I'll be pretty happy with myself.
2002 for one out of 2002 for number 2002 for number 2002 for number 2002 for number 2002 for
What a difference it makes, two-door to four-door, eh?
2002, and it's time bidding for 2,250. Yes.
Look, 375 up next. It's a 1994 Mercedes-Benz C180, indicating 237,000 kilometres on the clock. Runs a 1.8 litre straight four petrol engine, 5-speed manual transmission, and it's finished in yellow. Let's see what she's worth.
Okay, very unique. Current bidding 1,500.
Very unique. Is that polite for it looks strange? Nice stripes. Do you reckon he's got brown stripes in his undies to match those ones? Oh, the Liberty's at 10-2. Awesome, dude. Thanks for checking. Another $300 and I'll be quite happy. That'll cover $500 for fees and 10 G's clear. It's hard. Like, you make a decision to put it through the auctions like this and you think, how's it going to go? Is it going to get the, yeah, like 15 grand is sort of, would be good money for that thing. But anywhere between 10 and 15 will be quite nice, I reckon. I'm in Canada, but always thought Aussie cars are cool. Thanks, mate. I saw a VW Bug with a rhubar on it once. Jesus, it would have cost a shitload in fuel, pushing the rhubar around. Yeah, well, it's there to be done one day, Matthew. I've got another couple of them there and a lot of parts, and yeah, I do like them TX3s, that's for sure. It might end up getting painted blue if I can't find a blue one. That's a pretty tidy car. It's a shame about the yellow, the stripes and stuff. They painted the grille black. That seems cheap, doesn't it?
Just back to you.
Look, 378 up next. The unreserved 1980 Porsche 928 S Coupe, indicating 74,000 kilometres on the clock. It runs a 4.7 litre V8 petrol engine, 3-speed automatic transmission, and it's
There's a Liberty RS 5-door up from me. It's been parked up for years. What colour is it? And I'm going to butcher your name here, buddy. Antonios. What colour's the RS Liberty? And I would love to buy one of these Porsches. It's rough too.
Alrighty, let's kick it away. 3,200. I'm going to sell that 3,200 bid. That 3,200 all bid out there.
Oh, that's where it's at, I reckon. Do you guys like these risky business ones? Not a big Porsche guy, but 944, not 944. 928, sorry. Oh. Dude, what state was that in?
Look, 380 up next. It's a 1980 944, indicating just over 6,000 miles on the clock.
Fuck, I would have bought that one for sure. That with an LS in it would have been perfect. This one was in Brisbane. This is a turbo one, I'm pretty sure. One of Neralee's friends, her name's Chevy. She's got a red one, a 944. Oh no, it's a different one. She paid 20 for hers out of South Australia recently. It's a manual, non-turbo, and it's rough. Nice car, but just rough. So the 924s were 4 cylinders. I think no. 944. The 944 has the fatter wheel arches and stuff like that. The 924 was a bit shitter. So if you're going to buy one of these Porsches, you want a 4.4.
15.5.
Jeez.
At 15.5 now.
Yes, 16.5.
That other Porsche
Ladies and gentlemen, what do you say?
would have been fucking sick, and I got an LS sitting there that would have gone straight in that thing. Bugger. I need, next time I do this, I need to be set up so I can bid on stuff too, and just buy heaps of crap I don't need.
Okay, hammers up.
We're going to sell 17.5. We're going to sell him
Black.
away. At 17.5 now.
When you go to buy that RS Liberty, have a look in it and make sure, see if it's got the Momo steering wheel and stuff in it, and the bonnet scoop on it. Hopefully, it's still got the water to air intercooler. If you get photos and stuff and you're not too sure what to offer, man, just Google Kingatow. You can find my number pretty easy, and send me some photos. And yeah, make sure you don't buy the wrong thing to lose money, dude. But yeah, it sounds good, man. You should buy it for sure.
Final call. I sell away for 17.5. Sold.
Wow.
Lot 382 up next. It's a 1947 Fiat Balena, indicating 68,000 miles on the clock. Runs a 91 straight 6 1.5 litre petrol engine. It's a 4-speed manual transmission, and it's finished in maroon and black. Let's see what she's worth.
Yeah, that 928, I would have been all over that. Bugger.
Alrighty, change of pace from the Porsche to the Balena.
It's not a Balena. It's a
4,800. Chasing twos to play.
It's a Fiat.
Anthony,
Jesus.
what does he want?
Not sure. We'll work it out. 48 under the bid. We'll kick it away.
Have I got a Fiat? Is it a Fiat? It's out the back. It's a Fiat 850. Yeah, it is a Fiat. Fiat 850 Sport. I've got. It's awesome. Rear engine. Little sports car thing. I love it.
5,000, 3 for 1 out of it, 5,000, 3 for now to 5,000, 3 for now to 5,000, 3 for now to 5,000, 9. 5,900 here. What do you say there, sir? 5,009 here. 5,009.
Yes. Liberty and Legacy are the same vehicle, I'm pretty sure. Mine's obviously right-hand drive, but I think that America had Legacies, which are left-hand drive. And then we have the Outbacks, which are like the lifted Legacy sort of things. That is the weirdest looking turkey I've seen in a long time. Are they, John, are they bulletproof because the steel's that old school and thick? Wow, I could have bought that Porsche for 3 Gs and this thing's like nearly 10 grand. Wow.
9,500 now.
We have a battle royale.
9,500.
Oh, yeah, I suppose my thing's, what, just over 10 grand now, and it's going to go across the block like this for people to bid. Well, it's live. I see what they do.
Yes, thank you. 10-1 straight
10,001.
No, the Mazdas are TX3 based. So the Mazda Familiars, which were the all-wheel drive like TX3s, were based on the 323 Mazdas and the TX3s. Ford and Mazda, like they done, and even Nissan, Ford, Mazda, and Nissan sort of shared a few chassis, if you know what I mean. But yeah, but the TX3s, they never come out as a Mazda. It was the early 323s, the earlier ones that Mazda and Ford shared in the TX3s, if that makes sense. Wow. Does anyone know anything about these? Because I don't understand. At 11 grand, do they have some sort of following? Because yeah, and it didn't even, it passed in. Wow.
Kelly comes in to save the day. 11,105 to play. 11,001 bid. 11,001 bid on 11,001 bid on 11,001 bid on 11,001.
Come on, move on to something else that's interesting.
11,100 here. What do you say there, sir? Are we all done? It's had its time. I'm going to sell. Okay. 11,100 here. We're here to sell, folks. 11,001 bid on 11,001.
Yeah, hopefully, Antonio said it's got the just. Oh, fuck, my phone's gonna go flat. The
500 to play.
We're here to sell. I'm going to call it 3 times. 11,100 now.
Don't miss it for 5. It's only money.
11,100 for the first. Second.
I've just got to find a charger because my phone's going flat.
I sell
Yeah, I do.
away for 11,100.
Jesus, I can't believe that thing went that expensive.
Sold. Yes, great betting.
Slot 385 up next. It's a 1975 Fiat 127, indicating just over 20,000 miles on the clock. Runs a first window.
I'm going to sit you guys there just like that for a sec while I
Red. This one's for
find a charger.
40 years. It's seriously worth it.
What did she say? It hadn't been on the road for the last 40 years.
1975 Fiat 127. 1.5, I reckon. Current betting.
Wonder if there'll be a Fiat 850 Sport go through. That'd be mad if it did. Nice to make a mess of that.
On the feed, 3,900 the bid. 3,900 now. Let's kick it away. That 3,900 all bit of out of it. 3,900 all bit 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 out of it. 3,900 That's 3,900. What do you say? We're all done. Goes Bing for 3,900.
Alrighty, great value. Good bargain.
Yes.
Slot 386 up next. It's a 1970 Alfa Romeo Giulia.
These Alfa Romeos sell for crazy money, eh?
Manual transmission and it's
Right,
racing
phone's
grade.
charging. We're set.
That's pretty cool looking thing. That's super 1,300. Current betting 5,100.
Hope there's an 850 Sport for sale. I don't mind the Alfa Romeos. What do you guys reckon? A lot of, not this one though, obviously, but some of them are pretty cool looking, the Alfa Romeos. I took a little red one down to Lloyd's for a local guy here recently. I think it got like 38 grand, but it was a really nice car.
54 under the bid. At 5,000, 5,000,
I really like my little 850 Sport. It was at a mate's place, and when I saw it, I just couldn't not have it. Like, I can't remember. I've done a deal with him. I got a Subaru Turbo, because he was going to put a Subaru Turbo motor in the back of it. I've got the 2.5 turbo motor there now, and I think I swapped him for...
Straight on the phone. Thank you.
I think I swapped him for a Rover V8, and
387 up next. It's a 1987
I think I had a Toyota Crown Wagon or something. I can't remember now.
Runs a
Yeah.
Liter straight four petrol engine, manual transmission, and it's finished in black. Let's take it to auction.
It's the right colour.
Let's take it to auction.
10,600.
Do you reckon they hassle her at work in the smoko room going, I'm going to go now and I'm going to take it to auction?
10,000, let's kick it away. Chasing fives, 10,006 bid. 10,006 for the one over 10,006 for 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 over.
How can that be 10 G's and that Porsche was 3?
600 at 10,600 now. What do you say? 10,006 for the one over 10,006 for 11,006 now. 11,006 now. 11,006.
There was a Subaru, a WRX that was for sale, a blue one that was the listing before my Liberty. And this morning mine was at 7 grand and the WRX was at like 80, 83 or 8,900 or something. Whereas the Liberties are worth more. Like, I prefer the WRXs because I was going to keep the Liberty, but then I ended up with that silver GC8, and I just prefer a WRX than the Liberty. Not only that, the Liberty's mint. Like, got to really look after that thing because it is such a significant car to Subaru people. Yeah. Yeah, I'm spewing that out of this whole day. That Porsche is the one I'm spewing that I didn't get to buy. Come on, pass it through. Let's get to something that's good.
Slot 395 up next. It's the 2020 Ducati Panigale, indicating 230 kilometers on the clock. Runs a 234 horsepower V4 engine, and it's a super rare bike that basically brand new.
When she said 230,000 on a motorbike, I was going to say, Jesus Christ, someone's been hanging on to that for a long time.
Change of pace. It's a super bike. Current bidding $108,000.
Holy shit.
The hammer's right up, mate. It's gonna go. Light it up, boys.
All right, let's kick it away at 108,000 now. I'll take it at 2,000.
Wow.
Here, folks, I'm going to sell.
Gonna go.
108,000.
I like motorbikes, but $108,000. Has someone bid on that to get it to that, or is that the starting price?
230 kilometres.
That's crazy.
Basically a brand new bike, folks. And build number 299 out of just 500 made. Rare bike in Australia, and a rare bike at auction. Bid now.
108. I don't know what's so special about that bike. I must be missing something. You'd buy that Porsche though first. I'm bleeding, as you can tell, over that Porsche. I want it so bad. Fuck. You all know that I'm going to start looking to buy a Porsche now as soon as this finishes today. Yeah, a lot of the Land Rovers and stuff, you just there. Lots of Euro cars are probably going to the UK because they're probably not rusty. That's the thing we don't recognise, I suppose, is there's a lot of stuff that does get exported back. Even like Japan, Land Cruisers and stuff, people buy them and export them back across to Japan.
It's a 150cc petrol engine and it's finished in black. Let's take it to auction.
Okay.
What do we got? Vespa scooter.
Place again.
Yeah.
On the Vespa, 150 Super. Current bidding, $1,800, and the hammer's up. It's going to go.
My old boss, when I was a Boilermaker, loves these Vespas. I think he still does them up now. He had a split window combis and stuff back in the day when they were worth nothing. But yeah, Vespa scooters, yeah. Have you ever seen, like in the movies where the mods and the rockers, they have these things and they have all those mirrors hanging off them and all this crap everywhere? They have like 50 mirrors all up one side. Christ.
I'm going to sell at 2002 the bid, $1,100 a seat. 2002 now. 2002 for out of 2002 for now, 2002 for now.
Daniel Matheson, do I own any Holdens? Have you? Okay, that's a very strange question. I'm going to sound like a dickhead, Daniel, but I own about 2 of everything. If you name a car, I probably own 2 of them. I have major car buying issues. Yeah, I think I got 23 HR Holdens at the moment, 23 or 28 or something like that. I got 3 VNSS Commodores. Yeah, lots of different Holdens, lots of different cars, lots of SS50 Ute, a few other SS Utes, a few more SS Commodores. Yeah, we got a little bit of everything, mate. A little bit of everything, European stuff, Japanese stuff. Yeah, lots and lots of cars, motorbikes and stuff as well. No Vespa scooters though, unfortunately. No Porsches. I would have owned that Porsche if I wasn't using my phone now. I would have bid on that thing. How good was that? But I wonder where it was too. Because if it was in Victoria, that's sort of a bit of a mission to get it back. But it was still good buying. An LS in that. Yeah, buddy.
Lot 402 up next. It's a 1971
402, so not many lots to go now. And we'll be all cashed up. We can go buy other stuff. 33 Skylines have gone through the roof these days. Even the I just stumbled upon your channel from Hubnut. Do you own multiple skid steers? I've got one skid steer, but the it's got a bent rod at the moment because the motor got water in it when I started it the other day. So yeah, it's got to get fixed. I do towing, Daniel, and I started doing towing a bit over 10 years ago because I don't want to work on other people's cars anymore. So I've bought all the cars that I want to build personally, and then I buy all the parts for them and engines for them and wheels and everything and put it all away. So each project has a heap of parts there for it and bits and pieces. And then I've set up a workshop with a full engine shop, full steel shop to make all my own rust repair panels. I've got a big industrial sandblasting set up. And yeah, so I'm going to live my days out doing restoration work with you guys on YouTube and stuff like that. But for now, I still run the towing company, and most of my time is consumed by that. But I do this Liberty. I've done a cleanup on it. It's sat for a long time, and yeah, it's not a bad vehicle. But yeah, I just stumbled across your channel. This is. Do you? What else? What's the biggest vehicle you own, other than the tow trucks? I've got like 49 Dodge tippers and stuff out the front. There's S-type Bedford tipper truck out the front as well. So there, what the S-type would be 53 model, I think, and the Dodges are 49s. I got a lot of 49 Dodges, just normal sized trucks to do conversions and stuff. Um,
2.6-litre petrol engine, 3-speed automatic transmission, and it's finished in green. And from the late pit at Le Mans,
that's in 260Z.
another testimony of
Yeah,
the love
a lot of different
car,
stuff, buddy.
the undercurrent
I really enjoy this red. I normally watch it on my own, so it's good to see what others. Yeah, cool. I'm glad you enjoyed, Gibbsy. Next time I do it, I'll actually put a bit more effort into the stream to make it more watchable. But this was sort of the spur of the moment. And also, it's hard for me to commit to a live stream like this because my phone's rang probably 15 times since we've been doing this stream. But I try not to be in the truck on the weekends. So, yeah. And it's good if these will be on the weekends. We can do them a bit more. I know you enjoyed the Greys auction one when I'd go for a walk through the yards. This is pretty cool. I might even put a bit more effort into it too. I might actually go down to Lloyd's and I'll go for a walk through what's in the Brisbane Lloyd's, and then you'll have had a better look at the cars, and we'll have a lot of ones we'll be waiting for to come up in the auction too. So yeah, we might do this a bit once a month. I could probably commit to doing a live stream doing the auctions if you guys are keen. You know, we haven't got a heap of viewers, but we've got enough there to have a chat and have a laugh. You know what I mean?
And independent front and rear suspension, and just hard to find these very original examples.
Are they bigger than your tow trucks? Yeah, the Dodge and the yeah. I don't really do a lot of truck stuff though. Yeah, I've no real need for any bigger vehicles, if you know what I mean. I personally would do motorbikes, but there's no money in motorbikes. Hey, what just went on? Lloyd's workaround would be good. Next auction. Why did that live stream stop? What's going on? Hang on, give me a second. We'll work it out. I think it hit the hour mark or something and stopped. There we go. Were you guys scared then? I was. Wonder what happened. 19 grand. Aren't they crazy, these things? And I find these to be rusty shit boxes, these 240Zs or whatever they are. Righto. Well, I'll do that. Next auction. I'll try and have something. Is your tow truck under a truck license? I have a it depends on. I have a road train license. I've been a truck driver for a long time. I have a road train license. So I can drive anything. The trucks I'm driving now are just light trucks. I don't do tractors. I don't do heavy stuff. I only do cars. I'm not interested in shipping containers or anything like that. I just do cars. So I have no need for larger trucks. There's companies out here that do heavy haulage and stuff like that. I don't get involved. I just want to do cars. So just light trucks. But I do have a road train license. I've been a truck driver for 20, 25 years. I've done a lot of oversized stuff all over the country. I've done boats for a long time all over the country. You can probably drive it. Yeah, I've got Yeah, that's an ad now. Yeah, I've got motorbike licenses and I've got a pilot's license as well, so I can do like escorting of heavy vehicles and stuff like that. It's not really where I'm heading these days. I've done a lot of oversized work, moving drilling rigs and all that sort of stuff all over the country. Done triples like from Mount Isa, lead shale down through to South Australia. So you have to split up once you get down there. Done a lot of triple work out of um, Bowen, doing coal from Bowen. So you'd load up a yeah, B double, and then you'd take them up. You'd load a single, then put them all together, and then take them out to Isa, out to the smelter. Yeah, done a lot of truck driving work over the years. That's just an ad now for what's the name. Yeah, love the 260C. Was looking at one for 3K back in the 90s with a panel beater. Panel beater cousins told me they were rust buckets, so I didn't go ahead with it. There was 2 or 3 of them just out here out the back of Toronto, and yeah, they were rusty. One of them was a factory turbo. The guy wanted a little bit too much for it. I didn't buy them. I should have bought them now, but that was well before what's going on? They're on a break or something. Yeah. Have you ever been to Clayton's towing auctions? No. They, for some reason, those auctions, when they do them, people go in there and they pay 3 times what the cars are worth. It's just not worth the headache of getting involved. Clayton's don't like me very much either. They're just, the guy out here is a dickhead. Just carries on like a fool. But yeah, it's probably very labor intensive and stressful. I enjoy my job. You know, I enjoy what I do. So it is stressful at times because people are broken down or whatever, and they yeah, their life's ending because their car's broken. But a lot of the times, by the time I pick their car up and have it on the truck, I can sort of diagnose it for them, tell them what's wrong, and then out here it's very hard with mechanics because they're like doctors with their books closed off, so they have their customers and they don't take on new clients. And yeah, I can get people into the mechanics, and there's certain mechanics that are good at certain jobs, and I know that certain mechanics have the right scan tools or software to fix certain vehicles and not other vehicles. And I sort of, that's why my towing's sort of successful, because I have a relationship with all the mechanics and the dealers out here, and yeah, make sure that they get the right jobs, and the people that break down are happy because they can get their car taken into somewhere they maybe not have got into without dealing with me. You know what I mean? I don't get kickbacks from any of the mechanics or anything like that. Just try and be helpful. You just try and help. So it can be stressful when people are crying on the phone and this sort of stuff. I don't do a lot of accident work. I'm not interested. I do cheap towing to get into places to find cars that are in their backyard or in their paddock or whatever that I can buy off them. It sort of works. But yeah, I enjoy what I do. I really enjoy what I do. But at the same time, I am really looking forward to um, slowing down with the towing or stopping and doing my restoration work. But it's very hard to walk away from a business you've built from nothing that's very successful to go and play with cars just because you want to do it. So um, something will work out. But yes, I enjoy what I do. I enjoy the cars a lot. Like I really enjoy the cars. Um, yeah, I don't enjoy selling them. I enjoy building them. Like putting the car through Lloyd's and doing it this way. This is a lot more enjoyable to me sitting here with you guys watching these other cars go through and getting whatever I get for the car than dealing with Facebook Marketplace and people. Like selling secondhand cars is the worst part of my job. But it all works out. You got to do what you got to do. It's probably very labor intensive. A local guy who had a Datsun Z car, it had the rigidest of the. I'm not sure what that means. Come on, why are they doing ads? We just want to see the cars, dude. You and your pink tie, piss off. So what about you guys? For me, the one today that was a standout that I'm spewing I didn't get to buy would have been that Porsche, because I have sort of been looking for one, but you pay $10,000 to $20,000 for one that even's got a bad motor or whatever with those Porsches. So that thing at 3Gs, that was awesome. What about you guys? Which one of the cars you've seen so far that's sold, was your cup of tea? Were you think, is there any cars that have been through so far that any of you have thought, gee, I wish I bought that. Oh, I wish I was quicker to buy it. Yeah. So for me, it's that Porsche. What about you guys? Where's it at? Hey Red, what was the outcome of those curry munches that you kicked the front doors in? So I ended up going to court at the start of the year. I didn't take a solicitor or anything. I didn't. I was going to get references and I was going to do all this stuff, but I get busy and I didn't do any of it. So I just lobbed up to court, in my work clothes and everything, and I got nothing. I got no fine. I didn't have to pay for damages for the doors and that I kicked in. Nothing. I got a 12-month good behaviour bond, and the judge actually said to me that I can sue the owners of the house for it going on for so long and the issues being so bad. So yeah, got nothing. Unbelievable, eh? Absolutely nothing. And when the prosecutor, so that the prosecutor is the police officer that reads out the charges of what's happened, he he made it sound like I was going for a skip through a flower meadow. Like it didn't sound like I'd kicked indoors chasing people through the house and that stuff. So that tells me that the police in the area are sick of these dickheads. And yeah, they've been quiet since. They've been pretty good, but I stay over at the workshop a lot of the times. But Nicole and the kids are still at the house there. I went there. I was there the other day. It was during the day on like a Saturday or a Sunday, and they're out the back with music going and that, and I could hear it, and I lost me shit. Walked out the back, right, and kicked the fence. Nicole and Neroli were inside, and they thought I was about to kill these blokes. They've ran out the front because they thought I was out the front about to get. But I'm not that guy. I'm just not that guy. But they all shut up and left. But you just can't live like that and be such an ass. You know what I mean? Like they just, yeah. I just, they're over here to work because their country's shit, right? And they all live like shit. And there's no work and the country's fucked. Don't come to this country and then live like shit over here and act like fuckwits. Come over here, live like normal people, integrate into the society, have a job, have a good life, and the country's better for it. Don't come over here and be an asshole and wreck our country after you've wrecked yours. Come over here and be part of things and have a good life. That's why I look at it anyway. But yeah, I shouldn't have done it. It's not something I'm proud of, but I got nothing. Unbelievable. I'm just trying to see if the thing is, yeah. Haven't seen anything of interest, but it's still good to see each model and its value. Would have been good. Yeah, the kit car too. Yes, that's right. Would have had a go at the kit car at 929. Yeah, I think we're on the same page. I think perhaps the guys that watch my channel sort of all love the same cars I love. But yeah, that kit car that passed through, that only passed through at about $5,000 or something on it, and that Porsche. I'll be bleeding about that Porsche for months. What do you do? But I do have that Valiant. It'll be next week or something, I think. My eldest daughter Savannah's here tomorrow to help me clean up. So we're going to do a big clean up, and I'll clean out that side of the workshop tomorrow, a lot of wheels. And then Neroli, my younger daughter, is here Monday to strip wheels and tyres for me, which will get rid of a lot of other stuff. So hopefully by the end of today and the weekend, I've got to do my washing too. I'm pretty much out of clothes. Yeah, but yeah, I'm keen. Like the Valiant will come up where the SSU is now. I'll clean that whole area out, and we'll do some live streams at night. I'll put the big heater on because it's getting cold out here at night now. Come on, Lloyds, get on with your auction. What are you doing? Yeah. What did they do? The next door neighbours. So they'd finish work at 11:30 at night and just come home and just put music on flat out through to 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and just constant parties. They'd party for 4 days with music just flat out 24 hours a day. And it just got to the point where they'd been told, the police had been rung. They're just ignorant assholes. And I lost it and just kicked their front door and chased them through the house, kicking indoors as they were hiding in rooms. It's not what I should have done, but it solved the problem. Like, here we go. We're back to the auction. But yeah, it's not something I should have done, but it's what happened and it solved the problem. I've got a lot of elderly neighbours and I wasn't real proud of myself. And I had to go to knock on their door and say, look, this is what I've done. And all of the elderly neighbours said, thank you so much for doing that. Because they were all sick of it too. Like, it's just ridiculous. But anyway, on a happier note, 22 grand. I don't have any of these, actually, any of these early Z cars. I do have a twin turbo 300ZX out there. But yeah, Z32. I sold the Z31, that turbo one we had. But yeah. Yeah, that white 350 SL was quite cheap too, wasn't it? I complained to the landlord. I rang the owners of the house, right? I don't know how many times in the end they wouldn't answer the phone to me. I rang the Rental Tenancy Association. I rang the council, the police. I don't know how many times. And Swiggers, this is a S14 Cokie. Jesus, 30 grand. Swiggers are the local pork processing plant here, and they bring these people over on whatever work visa and stuff it is. I even got in touch with them and said, look, you have a massive, because it wasn't just me, right, that they're doing it to. They're scattered all through town in these houses, and they put 5 or 6 of them in these houses, and they all drink heavily and just party all the time, the music up flat out. It's just ridiculous. Like, live like a normal person. There's another mate that runs a mechanical business here, 31 grand, Jesus, and it still hasn't even hit reserve yet. He had him living next to him, and he said that he had this young bird at, the reserve's off, so this is selling now. A good one of these in Japan is still up there in price. Like, you'd still be over 20 grand for one out of Japan, plus import fees, plus compliance. Wow. Did they say if it was an SR car or a turbo car? Is it manual or auto? Wow. Oh, here we go. Manual. I can't see any boost gauges. Oh, was that a boost gauge up in the top corner? Dude. Madness. Yeah, anyway, they bring them over, stick them in all these houses. I've got one of these. Yep, same as these. Mine's black. It's auto. It does have LMGT2s on it, so the wheel's worth more than the car. But yeah, same sort of situation as that, Daniel. So what's this one? 300ZX, 8800. So I've got one of these, a black one out the back, twin turbo. That is cheap, eh? Is it auto? It's auto. Mine's a little bit rough, but I'm looking forward to doing it though, because I did like these back in the day. Isn't it crazy that the Nissan headlights ended up in Lamborghinis? That's good, because that's one of the rarest colours too, that yellow. It's very sought after. Like in the States, that thing would be worth big coin. I did have a really nice Z31. Remember that one? It was like a barn find one. Red turbo, brown interior. It was auto though. It went through greys. It got good money. I think it was 12, 14 grand or something it went for. 17 grand. Can't even remember how much it sold for. Geez, 20 grand for this one. Oh, it's convertible. Jesus. But anyway, yeah. So the night after I'd done that, kicked those doors in and that, I got a message from a mate that had him living next door to him. And he goes, fuck, Red, now they're next door to me, fucking partying. I'm going over there now. And he said he knocked on their door. They come out. And he goes, if you guys don't shut the fuck up, I'm going to ring that cranky tow truck driver and he's going to come round here and he's going to have you, dickheads. He goes, and they all shut up and pissed off. I had no intention on going there. Like, I'm not that guy. Like, I've got no interest in fighting with idiots in the street. But yeah, but it had to stop. And it seems to have. The copper that arrested me when she was doing my fingerprints, she said that she had them in the same street as her, and they're a freaking nightmare. And she said now that things have escalated to the point of violence with them, she's actually going to go down to Swiggers and have a talk to management about them sorting things out. And I think the last I heard that they're not going to get whatever nationality they are in anymore. They're going to go for Vietnamese people. So, yeah. But either way, we need workers. But just come over here and enjoy Australia for what it is, a beautiful country and full of great people. Don't come over here and be an arsehole. Come over here and be part of things and, you know, help the country be even better. Don't make it worse.
We celebrate the imperfections.
But anyway. Why is that not showing properly? $7,000, that seems cheap, doesn't it? It's probably a non-turbo, this one, but it's auto. It's got the cheapest steering wheel ever. It's a bit rough. See the front bars real bad. The paint's absolutely terrible on that thing, eh? Forged pistons, rings, ARP rod bolts. See that's got the spoiler delete on the back there? That's worth a fair bit of money. 6x9s in the doors, Jesus. That's cheap. So oil pump, machine work. Wish they'd leave that receipt up there. 9. That is cheap, eh? They're work wheels. Those wheels are worth a bit. That's cheap buying. It's passed in, but so it doesn't say anything about turbo gear on that receipt, so it might not be a turbo. That might be why it's so cheap.
Lot 415 up next. It's a 1994 Nissan Skyline R33 GTS, indicating 230.
GTST, love. Come on, get it right.
It runs a 2.5-litre straight-six turbo petrol engine, 5-speed manual transmission, and it's finished in midnight purple. Let's see what she's worth.
Midnight purple, so that's like the R34 colour, is it? Oh, yeah. 2-seater, 4-seater. Mine's a 2-seater, I think. I'd have to go and have a look. I thought you bought too many cars and forgot the internet bill for a minute. Nicole pays all that. So GDST, it's got a GDR wing on it. It's got a Series 1.5 front bar, which is awesome. Standard rear bar, no rear spats. This thing will be worth nothing. They're shit boxes.
Being offered with no reserve here at Lloyd's Classic Car Auctions. Send it, they say. Current bidding.
Wheels are not bad. Yeah, they're nice. Damn. No R31 wagons in the auction. Have you seen on Facebook, there's a R31 2-door, right? A white one. It was like 12.5 grand. The guy's dropped the price down to about, this is selling 8.5 grand. He's dropped the price to about 9 grand now. It's it's got a RB20 turbo, but the motor's out of it and in the boot. But yeah, I'd love a 2-door R31, like love one. But yeah, depending on how much the Liberty sells for, we might go and buy that tomorrow. I don't have any R31 wagons. I've only got sedans, but I am a bit partial to them.
Takes me back to a better time. Life was certainly simpler, and you got places faster. Current bid 16.
The GDIR, yeah. I know a guy putting a fucking LS in one of these. 16.5, Jesus. How's the bonnet scoop on it though? Madness. Now at least we're getting down to some cars we can get excited about, eh? What's the difference between the GDIR and the G37? Oh, were you talking about the Skyline, were you, mate? Wow. Who would have thought that they would be worth so much money?
It's 17,000 now.
Any instructions?
17,000.
Been passed into, like it's not even it's not even going for sale. It's got a reserve on it. Fuck, we've been live for nearly 3 hours, guys. Jesus. Oh, it's 4:15. So much for me getting any work done today, eh? That's not just a Pulsar. That's an all-wheel drive turbo monster. Like it's like a little hatchback GDR Skyline. Yeah.
I'm going to sell him away. That's 17,000 here.
Wonder if it comes with a CD wallet.
$17,000.
If it comes with a CD wallet, yeah. It's that old.
$17,000 second.
What's the oldest car I own?
It's nearly yours.
1940.
17,500.
Oh no, there's
It's almost in your garage.
18,000 now.
a early Hudson. It'd be like 1930s thing, but it's just there to do a chop on and to refine my steel sheet metal skills. You know, like to do a chopped roof on and yeah. 1940s, I've got a lot of 1940s, 1950s old Dodge trucks and stuff like that to build a lot of rat rods and stuff like that. Most of my stuff is pre-2000, I suppose. Yeah. Oh, is it? Okay, I should have had it on charge to start with. Sorry, guys. I will put some effort into it next time and actually get it set up better for us next time. And I'll actually do some pre-game stuff. Go down and we'll go through their yard and have a look so we know the condition of stuff more when they go to bid on it. So I'll put some effort in. I do enjoy this and I enjoy buying cars, that's for sure. Yeah. What do you guys reckon these Supras? I reckon they're way overhyped. I just can't get there. Yeah, that white Carmen gear as well. I agree. That would have been good buying too. It was, yeah. The old truck I've got's pretty old. I've got like 48, 49 Dodge Fargo trucks. I've got 47, 48 Bedford K-model trucks. Yeah. Nah, no P76s. I'm sorry, buddy. They're pretty rare these days, P76s. So look at that, 23 grand, and it's probably an NA auto.
Runs a 2.2 litre petrol engine. It's a 4-speed automatic transmission and it's finished in red. This one's factory.
The only Supras, I do have a Mark IV Supra here, but the Celica Supras, do you know those ones, guys? The first of the Supras with the flared guards and that. That's it, the 37 Studebaker. Yes, that's still here. It's just over there. But I want to do it, yeah. That'd be the oldest thing I've got, I'd say, that 37 Studebaker. Not a big fan of these Celicas. Celica Supras are where it's at. Hey, NZ Gearheads, how are you, buddy? I've got me Liberty going through, mate. NZ Gearheads, it's threw in a couple of... Yeah, I agree. Supras are overrated, except for Celica Supras. We're at lot number 465, is it? Yeah, so we got about another 40 to go, and my RS Liberty's up for sale. Which one's this one? MR2s. I don't mind these MR2s. No, the earlier model ones are these, though. The squarer ones I'd prefer. Yeah, I've been working, buddy. Just sort of working in the truck and doing what we do. I hate editing video, as you know. Do you have any Mark II Cortinas? No Cortinas at all, buddy. I've got Escorts, but no Cortinas. But I would like to buy like early Cortina to do another Duratec swap. But they seem to be all 4-doors, and I'm just not a 4-door guy. I'd prefer a 2-door. If I could find a reasonable 2-door Cortina, early Mark II or something, I'd buy one.
Lot 475 up next is a 2001 Toyota Century G50, indicating 191,000 kilometers on the clock. It runs a 5-litre V12 petrol engine. It's an automatic transmission.
This is like a big Yakuza thing, is it? Yeah, these are like the full Yakuza. Yeah. These things sound sick. Have you heard them with an exhaust when they do the tunnel runs on that in Japan? They sound like full F1 cars. They're just absolutely nuts, eh? You got some pretty cool stuff going through today, haven't they? I'm currently selling my HR wagon at the moment. I know I should be keeping it. Are you in New Zealand? NZ? Oh no, it says NZ Gearheads, but are you in Australia or in New Zealand? The HR wagon. And how much is the HR wagon, buddy?
Very first auction at the back of Toowoomba, there was one of these cars in a barn. So I've got.
It's like the Prime Minister's car.
With confidence, great car.
A full Yakuza car.
10-1.
What sort of money are you chasing for the wagon, buddy? What sort of condition? What can you tell us about it? It's too far away for me to buy, but we can definitely try and sell it for you.
Got to be 10,100 now. What do you say?
Half.
10-5.
11-1 straight back.
11-1 now.
Hey, Group 5I, how are you, buddy?
11,000.
Won't be long and my one will be going through, I hope.
Thank you.
11,600 now. 12-1. 12,001, but about over 12,001, but 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 over 12,100 here. With 12, 10, 6.
Yes.
I think that's cheap for one of these. I think they're pretty dear. Look how dirty the seats are, though.
12,600 here.
Okay, HR wagon in New Zealand. Got it up for 26k on Aerosofa. I feel it's not bad, really. Tidy original. I've sent you pics, I think, but posted on Kingatow Facebook page. Cool. I'll check it out, buddy. I am very, very partial to a HR wagon. I've got, well, there's a couple here, but I've got two at home over in Kingaroy, and I've been collecting bits for it for a long time. So I've got a set of big staggered indies there, like the 5-slot indies that I got off Fenno, who's a guy I went to kindergarten with. I've got a Strata 2 turbo set up there, so the factory, well, they're not factory, but the old school Strata 2 turbo setups for the Holden Red motor. Got a 179 HP block there, a standard block. Good yellow Terra head. I'm going to run an auto behind it. So I'm going to run a VN cable shift 4-speed auto behind the 6-cylinder. And yeah, I'm looking for that. The wagon's a forever car for me, the HR wagon, one of them. But yeah, so I've piecing together. I've got X2 dash bits for it and everything. So yeah. Do I have any HQ utes? I've got some HQ 1-tonners, but no utes. There's a cut down panel van out there, I think, but no actual style side utes. Yeah, mate. That's when I saw the name. That's why. Yeah, I appreciate the support, buddy. Just under 20 grand, and it's on the market.
19,006, we run out of 19,006, we now 19,006, we now 19,006 here. I'm going to sell.
We love this car. One more.
19,600 here.
Wow.
Put 19,006 here. I'm going to sell. At 19,006, we run out of 19,006. I'm going to sell him away.
See the cat's mouth? It makes it look like she smiles with the white stuff, doesn't it? Hey? Anyway, you don't care about the cat.
So, well done, Dad. You did that, Frank.
Lot 478 up next. It's a 1984 Toyota Land Cruiser HJ47 Ute, indicating 145,000 kilometers on the clock. Runs a 4-litre.
These are another vehicle I can't work out. Like
with manual transmission, and it's finished in white.
some of them, I picked one up the other day for a guy. It was a
Professionally in the original colour, but with a new exhaust system and new Dunlop road gripper tyres, one of the best examples of the country. Let's see what she's like.
Alrighty. I've seen this up close.
cool. Thanks, Gibbsy.
Absolutely
It's amazing how long I've been doing YouTube. I know I've been away a little bit, but I try to keep it ticking along as much as I can. But it is a big part of my future, and I do appreciate you guys being around and supporting me along the way. I hope that the variety of cars, just two. I got rid of the male because he was a bully. I gave it to a young bloke, but yeah, just the two, the mother, the black one, and this one. The big black and white male, old trash panda, he was a bully, and the other two weren't eating. Yeah, so he had to sort of go. This one's pretty gentle, and the mother's still pretty cool. They're good mouse catchers. The worst part is, at night, they go and catch mice, and they won't eat them until I've come out and said thank you and patted them. So they come to the door and just carry on making noises and all the rest of it until I come out, pat them and go, oh, that's great, great mouse, eat it. Like, it drives me mental. I'm glad they catch them and that, because that's what they're here for. But last night, 2 o'clock in the morning, yeah, just, yeah.
It's quite a long list there, but it really is one of the best. They've left the engine bay as it is, as it left the factory, which is pretty cool, and it shows you what it would look like if they didn't restore it.
You're right, mate. It's been good watching your progress with the yard. I've done a little bit more, but the bobcat shit itself, so I've got to fucking sort that out. The dirt's coming, and I'm going to put my big line of containers across the front and my big shelters and stuff like that. I'm getting there. Like, I don't want to get financed, so it all takes time. At the same time as buying cars and playing with them and kids and, yeah, 33.5 grand. That's a super early one, isn't it? Oh no, 84. I think it's got an early tray on it. Wow, that's crazy, isn't it? I just tagged you in the Kingatow page. All right, cool. Thanks, mate. I'll check that out. I'm on my phone now doing this stream, so I can't really look. But I will check it out for sure. Isn't that crazy? The best one was when I dragged that XY home. The XY is still here, yeah. Out of that gully, that was a nightmare. But I'm glad I've got it now, though, that XY. I've started buying panels and stuff for it, and yeah.
35.5. It's had its time. Goes.
Wow, 35 grand for an old Hilux. The guy bought one the other day that I bought back from Brisbane. It was a diesel one, a little bit of rust in it. It was pretty tidy, and I think he said it was like 13 or 18 grand or something. And that was the cheapest one he could find. Most of them were up over 30 grand.
Indicating 40,000 kilometers on the clock. Runs a 5.7 litre V8 petrol engine, automatic transmission, and it's finished in red. Let's see what she's worth.
Oh, she swapped it up. Let's see what it's worth instead of, what was it? Take it auction. Looks like a skid car. Wow.
We're at 15,000 now, folks. Don't miss your chance. 15,000.
Yeah, everything takes time, but I will get there to be doing the rest day work, and I'll have 6 or 8 rotisseries set up at any one time, doing the cars and chassis section, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It just got to get all your ducks in a row, otherwise it'll just be the shit show I've got going on at the moment.
And it's finished in yellow. This one's got a full roll cage and a 4-point race harness on this one. Let's see what she's worth.
All right.
I'm not a big burnout car sort of guy. It's, yeah. Wow. It's got the chopping board mud flaps on it.
That's 7,600 now.
Who would have thought that an old Corolla would be worth that sort of coin? And the reserve's not even met on that thing. I've done a fair bit of work out the front with those concrete blocks, but I've done a heap, and then the council started hassling me again, so I got sidetracked from doing the front, but I'll get back to it. We're getting close to my one. Not long now.
At 8,500 now. 8,500 out there, 8,500, 8,500, 8,500,
$8,500 for an old Corolla. I suppose just because it's not my cup of tea, it doesn't mean it's not worth that, but...
Slot 482 up next. It's a 1992 Toyota Corolla AE92, indicating 178,000 kilometres on the clock. Runs a 1.6 litre petrol engine, automatic transmission, and it's finished in white. Let's take it to auction.
Oh, we're taking them back to auction again.
Aftermarket stereo.
There's a big selling point.
And a CD wallet with Sublime. The entire collection.
Christ, I've scrapped a few of these in over the years.
Being offered unreserved, Anthony. Let's go to auction.
Unreserved at $602. It's red hot, this thing.
$600. $600 $600.
Oh, those hubcaps, they're on point, aren't they? They're the sort of hubcaps that when, you know, your younger sister goes and buys her first car and she goes down to Super Cheap and buys herself some of those pink checker plate looking floor mats and a fluffy fucking steering wheel cover and those fully sick hubcaps that she thinks look like mad mag wheels. Do you reckon? Is that those hubcaps? You know the ones I'm talking about, those bloody mats.
That's $700.
If that does run and drive though, that's good buying. If you just need to run around, you know, like sub $1,000 cars these days do not exist, like ones that run and drive.
5 seconds.
750, 800 now.
Yeah, Holden Novas were the same as these. The Novas and the Corollas were the same.
At 800 the bid now. 800 here.
Come on.
$800.
Move it on.
At 800 now, I'm going to sell him away.
I might just even put some crap through next time, perhaps. At least then we've got something to aim for. And, yeah, gives me a reason to drive down there and do the first video. So I'll find something to put through. We'll find something weird and wonderful in the next couple of weeks. I'm sure I'd have something here that I can live without. Or maybe not. I love them all.
Lot 485 up next. It's the unreserved 1987 Mazda 323, indicating 179,000 kilometres on the clock.
This is where it's at. A mad 323. But by the time you pay the auction fees on it, because I think if it's under a certain amount, it's a set amount. So surely these people selling these ones aren't making any money. It's just a waste of time. It's got laser wheels on it. I had one of these back in the day, a white one, a manual one with blue interior. It had aircon. I bought it from Donny Pask. Anyone from the Gold Coast remember Donny Pask? And you could buy cars on the payoff with bad credit. I had S13 wheels on it, Nissan Silvia wheels, the 15-inch wheels fit straight on them. It was lowered. I drove it to Sydney at one stage, down to Nelson Bay, down to Red Dog's place. It was a bloody good car. Not that I ever drove it because I didn't have a driver's license, but...
At $570 now. 620. That's $620 now. $620 to buy out of it. $620 out of it. $620 out of it. $620 out of it. $620 here. $620 to bid.
720.
Who is bidding on that?
720.
I suppose if you need a cheap runaround though, that's probably still, that's carbureted too, I reckon. I don't even think that'd be injected. It's that old. 87.
720 to bid.
Wow.
$720 to buy out of it. $720.
Come on, move on. There's got to be better stuff. Where's that Mad Max hardtop?
That's 720 now. 720 to bid.
You need to buy one just for the action. I have one of these out there. It's a two-door one, but it's a Familiar. So turbo, all-wheel drive. So the TX3s come out as all-wheel drive, but very minimal ones. But the Mazda Familiar come out with the B6T motor turbo, but it's an all-wheel drive one. Started raining here just now. Does that mean I don't have to do any work after this auction? Where are they finding all these shit boxes? They're pulling them out of a scrap pile somewhere. Someone's detailed it within an inch of its life. It's auto as well. It's got some custom clear coat on it. Nice.
2,100 cents. That 210 bid. Like cattle. That 210 now. $210 out there. $230 out of $2, $30 out of $2, $50 out of $250 out of $250. 250 now. That 250 now. 70.
Junk.
270 to bid. At 270 here. 270.
Jesus Christ. Just the bothering to tow that in there, like, that's ridiculous.
$270 bid on out of $270 out of $270
If it was a two-door, I could maybe get there.
310 bid. At $310 bid out there. Buying out of 330 out of 3.
Should I just start taking crap in there and just fill up their auctions with utter junk like that?
50.
It's the pick of the day. You'll go 500, you reckon? You've been out, I know, $350.
350 now.
Come on, stop wasting time.
350. 350. I think it's half.
Come on.
350, 70 now. 370 bid.
Come on.
70 now, folks.
Is this annoying anyone else?
390.
Where is this one in Queensland or where is it?
390.
Did it just say it's a front-wheel drive, body hatch, 189,000 Ks?
$390 bid out there. Buying out of it. 390.
Did it say before it was a repairable write-off?
10 at 410.
Come on. They're just watching the clock now and want it gone. $410. People are still bidding on it.
410.
They're laughing as well.
Now, 410 bid out there. Buying out of it. 430 bid out of it. 430. Let's just go all the way. 430 now. Keep it coming, bidders. Come on. 430. 430. Let's not muck around.
That thing in scrap,
50. Thank you. Keep going.
it doesn't weigh a lot. You'd be lucky to get $200 for it in scrap. Pre-cat, so not worth anything. No alloy wheels. Scrap weight in that thing, yeah, it wouldn't be much.
You'll probably break a record.
470. 490.
Come on.
490 bucks. 490 bucks. Come on. 490. Surely.
10 seconds.
Okay, that's at St. Peter. That sounds pretty cool. I've looked at doing the motor thing,
20 bucks.
490 now.
the motorbike motor thing a few times, but when you got to work out the reverse and everything, that's what that Lada Niva or whatever it's called thing that's out the back sitting in that Dodge Tipper, the transfer freaking tail shaft thing. I'm hoping I can use that if I ever do something like that. Once I'm at the workshop all the time, I'll have time just to get sidetracked and piss about with little projects and stuff. But it's just hard when you work a full-time job. Like I don't think I've got out of the truck before 8:30, 9 o'clock any day this week. Like I didn't get back last night till about 9 o'clock, I think it was.
610. You better just make sure you're in front. That's all that matters.
Come on.
610. 610 $660 bid on out of it. 660 $660 bid out of it. 660 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 bid out of it. 66.
I can't believe that's still going.
$60 now. SSSSS. That's 660 bid. That's $660 bid on out of it. $660 bid out of it. $660 bid out of it. 660. I sell away for 660.
What is someone saying that I'm not?
Sold!
Thank God for that. That was so painful.
Lot 487 up next. It's a 1979 Mazda RX-7 Series 1.
Here we go.
Getting 26,000 kilometers on the clock. Runs a 1.1 litre petrol engine.
Okay, so it's a 12A rotary. Nice.
Alrighty. On the RX-7.
It's not that they were pushing it that bad. It's when there's a bid goes on it, the time clock goes again. So there's a certain amount of time between doing the bid and how long you've got for the next bid. Like, you know what I mean? So they weren't pushing it. They're just the rules. Yeah.
6,007 for 3 you would. That's 6,007 bid. And its time goes bidding for 6,7. Des?
Dot and Nuckley nailed it with the super cheap. The weirdest thing about
9,000 kilometers on the clock. Runs a 1.3 litre turbo petrol engine, automatic transmission.
the super cheap stuff is, I see that stuff all the time. People buy these cars and waste all this money on this stupid crap from super cheap, and it all just ends up junk. I like these. I would love to buy an FC.
Have a go.
That one's convertible, but I don't want a convertible. Nardy steering wheel.
Why not? Take that money.
Ooh, I'd like an FC. I really would. FD, not so much because I haven't got 50 grand. But if I could get a cheap FC, I'd be pretty keen.
For 9,900. Yes.
It's passed in too. It hasn't
Full
gone
money up
so.
next. It's a 1992 Mazda RX-7 FD, indicating 24,000 kilometers on the clock. Runs a 1.3 litre turbo petrol engine. It's a 5-speed manual transmission and it's finished in black.
The worst bit about that 323, right? I had a
All right. Raise your sights. Change your pace. It's the 92 Mazda RX-7.
there's the FD there. These things go for mad money. I had a like a one owner, like that 323, but it was a 626, so Telstar, but an older, like your carby still, like it was a mint car. The guy's wife died. It was her car and it had done like 80,000 Ks. He put it in the shed and it sat there forever. But it was red, paint was perfect, interior was perfect. It was mint. I could not sell this thing for 500 bucks. Like it was so good because it wasn't fuel injected and wasn't cool enough for a young girl. Couldn't sell it. I ended up giving it to an old couple. They lived out at Memarambi and their Falcon Ute broke down and they were devastated because they had no way of getting around. And I just said, look, I've got this Telstar. They go, oh, we had one of them when we first got married. And I said, look, you just can have it because I couldn't scrap it. It was too good. I still see them driving around in it to this day. And this thing was mint, but I couldn't sell it. I ended up giving it away because I couldn't bring myself to scrap it. But it made a huge difference to that old couple because they had no money. But yeah, to me, it was just a pain in the ass because I had to store it, look after it when it was worth nothing. No one couldn't even give it away. I do like FDs, but I can't justify the money. I like my RX-8s, which are pretty cool. I don't mind RX-8s.
Lot 499 up next. It's a 1989 Mazda Unos, indicating 167,000 kilometers on the
I had one of
clock.
these ones, a
Runs a
little
1.6
V6 in it.
straightforward petrol
They're not
engine,
worth anything, but
5-speed manual transmission, and it's finished in red. Let's see what she's worth.
Okay, it was tidy. Current bidding 9,100. Looking for threes, Anthony.
I'll give away a few cars to. I know it's different to what I was thinking of this Unos thing. I've given cars to some of Neralee's friends that, you know, they young girls that they're working and trying hard, but yeah,
On the Unos.
you help where you can. Big believer in karma, if you know what I mean. Like you do the right thing and it comes back tenfold.
9,100. Yes.
Lot 500 up
Some
next.
people are unhelpable though. No matter what you do, you can't help them. But
Runs a 2.5
Yeah.
litre turbo engine. Runs a 6-speed
Here we go.
transmission. And it's
GD, so it's a wagon.
Now, this one's originally built for sports sedans, but lately it's been used for time attack events. Let's see what she's worth.
All right. A lot of machinery for 44,000. Next bid 1,000. 40. We're looking for 45. All right.
oh no, it's not a wagon.
44.
$44,000. We're into the Subarus though, guys. So we're getting close to me actually making some money today. Well, I hope I do anyway.
Give it wings and it would fly.
The one I had, the Euros thing, it might not have been. It was like a V6, little sports car, two-door thing. It was weird.
Lot 505 up next. It's a 1999 Subaru Impreza WRX, indicating 117,000 kilometers.
Mine's next after this one.
2-litre straightforward turbo petrol engine. It's a 4-speed automatic transmission.
Oh, it's auto.
Finished in
Yuck.
blue. Let's see what she's worth.
Okay, we've had a flurry of bids. It's the 99 Subaru WRX. Current bidding 11,600.
Wow. Yeah, that's the one that was at 8.6 or whatever. But that being auto. 99's the right year, but auto. Autos are normally worth nothing.
10 seconds. Chasing fives. Who's got one? Cheaper that. Yes.
This is the same as Nicole's one. I'll have to do a video on Nicole's car. It's got the Simmons and that on it now. It's mint. Yeah, autos normally don't sell in these. I'm quite surprised. 99's where it's at though. Bigger brakes. It's the pinnacle of the GC8. And it's blue, so I can never own it. I've always wanted a blue car, but never had one.
Inside and out. And it's been driven as a cruiser, and it's never been thrashed or modified, so looked after.
Oh yeah, because no WRX has ever been thrashed.
Yeah, I wasn't so lucky.
It's mint now. It's all repainted. It's got the SCI scoop on it. It's got Simmons on it. It's so nice. I'm just going to do the strips and stuff on it. The paint's absolutely perfect.
I'm going to sell him away at 14,100 for the first.
20. Someone just sent me a message. 26k is way overpriced. Oh, what's that for?
14,100 for the third and final call. I sell away for 14,100.
Everyone manual converts from autos.
Sold.
Righto. So we should be next, I think, guys.
Right up next is the 1992 Subaru
This is us.
RS Turbo, indicating 208,000 kilometers on the clock, and a 2-litre straight-four turbo petrol engine. It's a 5-speed manual transmission.
It's a box.
In white.
It's a boxer 4, not a straight 4. But anyway,
Being offered with no reserve here at Lloyd's. Classic car auctions. It's the Liberty. Very comfortable drive. Current bidding 10,200.
All right. 10,200.
That was me.
10,200 to 1 out of 10,200 out of 10,200. I'm going to sell him away.
Gotta go.
10,200 to bid for 10,200.
that's us. That's me. Go, you good thing. Come on. Bid it up. Come on. Let's at least get to 11 Gs. Whoa. 11.4. Go, you good thing. Come on. Come on. Come on. Give me one more bid. At least one more. Come on. It's like going to the horse races. Not that I've ever been.
I sell away for 11,400. Yes. 9. 11,900. Gotta be sharp and 9 sharp, especially this time of day. 11,900 to bid.
Come on.
11,900 here.
Come on. Come on. Give me one more. Let's break the 12 grand. Oh, yes. Which means the time clock starts again. 12.4. Fuck, yes.
12,400 now.
Come on. Come on. Give me another E. Give me another E just like the other E. Come on.
I sell away for
Come on.
12,400.
Come on.
Sold. Yes.
Look, 510 up next. It's a 1992.
That's the result, guys. I'm happy with that.
27,000
That's-
on the clock.
I'm happy with that.
1.8 litre straight-four petrol engine, 4-speed manual transmission, and it's finished in red. This one comes with 2 sets of keys, full logbooks, matching numbers, and it's had
These Brumbies have started going for crazy money too. I wish I looked after the ones I've got a bit better. Thanks, mate. I appreciate it. I'm pretty happy with that. That was a result.
Get yourself a Brumby.
And I don't have to look after it anymore. Because it's the sort of car you can't just leave sitting around because it's so mint.
9,007 bid. 9,007 now. 9,700.
Who would have thought that Gray's are ringing me now? I'll have to ring him back. Who would have thought that the Brumby Ute would be worth around the same money as that Liberty? Isn't that nuts?
I got to be 10,400 here. So good. You reckon 10,000 for the bid at 10,004 now. Don't miss your chance. Goes bidding for 10,400.
Well, I had that Liberty up for sale for 15 grand. And realistically, if someone bought it, they would have knocked me down a couple of grand. I'm going to have to pay $400 or $500 in fees. So it's still near 11.5, 12 grand clear. So that's not too bad, especially with the way the market is at the moment. So I can highly recommend Lloyd's to put your cars through because I reckon that's a good result.
Let's see what she's worth.
Okay. This might be more of your sort of budget, Frank. Current bid, 3,300, and the hammer is up. Could be yours.
1990.
Yes, folks, look on here.
We've been live for 3.5 hours. Jesus Christ.
Get yourself a Brumby. We are here to sell 3,300 the bid.
3.5.
Has it got aircon, that thing?
At 3,500 the bid. 3,500 dollar bid one over 3,500.
Where is it too? Is it?
It's gotta go.
That's cheap. That 3.5 grand.
3,500 now. What do you reckon?
10 seconds.
3,500 the bid. 3,005. I sell away for 3,500.
7.
3,700 now. 3,000.
For the U model, the red one, that's a good price. How many Ks was on the Liberty? 208,000 on the Liberty. Had books and everything. I'm pretty sure I was the third owner because the guy that I got it off had a black one and it got T-boned, and then he bought it from Bill Hull Subaru here in Kingaroy, and it didn't have a lot of Ks on it when he bought it, I think, because but he was a very pedantic guy that really looked after things.
Manual transmission
yeah.
finished in Marrakesh Brown. Let's take it to auction.
This Galant's got crazy money on it. I saw it before, even before the auction. It was at fucking 20 odd grand or something.
1988.
Yeah. Wonder if the wheels are genuine or not. 18 grand. Yeah.
18,000. It's good money too.
All the interiors on point. Like, yeah. These aren't my cup of tea at all. I do have a, you know, the Evos come out with the 4G63 all-wheel drive turbo motors, right? And then there was those little Mitsubishi vans, the RVRs, that have the same driveline, same driveline as the Evos, the 4G63 all-wheel drive. Yeah, I've got one of those out there for an engine conversion down the track. I don't know what we're going to use it in, but yeah, no, wheels are aftermarket. I mean, are they genuine Meisters, Workmeisters, or are they copies? That got passed in at 18 Gs. Jeez.
It's a 1996 Honda Integra Type R, indicating 186,000 kilometers on the clock. It runs a 1.8 litre straight-four petrol engine, 5-speed manual transmission, and it's finished in green. Let's take it to auction.
Green is nice.
All right. Online bid, $15,000. Jason Fives. Honda Integra.
The Honda thing, the front wheel drive thing. I had a EG Cooper blue one. I sold it to a mate and he pulled it apart and wrecked it. I got the wheels back because I really liked the wheels that were on it. I never should have sold it. It's the only Honda I've ever really wanted.
15,000 bid. 15,000 here. 15,000 over the one over 15,000 over now 15,000 over now 15,000 over now 15,000 here.
Half you've got.
Did he just say that he was on the Liberty? That he was bidding on the Liberty?
Underbidding, you must respond.
Is that what he said?
15,005 now. 15,500 here.
It's nearly yours.
15,500 over the one over 15,500 now
10 seconds.
$15,500. Frank.
Freshly serviced. Yep. And it's a reluctant sale. This DB8 Honda Integra, they're a rare little thing in Australia. Japanese import. Freshly serviced, like I said, genuine interior with original Recaro seats and a few other bits and pieces, like the Mercury Racing Japan wheels, all that sort of stuff. So, just an awesome little car. Now's your chance. Now's your chance. If you've been chasing one, this is the one you want.
If you've been chasing one, you'd catch it because they're not that quick. I'm pretty funny, aren't I? Is it just here for the jokes?
15,500. What do you say? 15,500 goes bidding for 15,500.
Put a mighty AU through. I could always take down that blue ED Falcon thing. Oh, but I want to keep the seats out of it. If I put stock seats back in it and some seat covers on the front, people might not even notice.
Manual transmission, and it's finished in red. Let's see what she's worth.
I might do that. We'll get that ED Falcon out.
Another great classic being offered with no reserve here at Lloyd's Classic Car Auctions. An unbelievable catalogue and still so much more history to go under the hammer. But for now, it's lot number 535.
Moved a few of these around over the years, eh?
It's 5,500.
Okay, 5,500 now, 5,005 to bid. 5,500 about there, 5,005, 5,005,
Who's got three more?
5,500,
Yes, it's gonna go.
5,8 now.
Tidy prelude.
Bid. 5,800 now. 5,000 about there, 5,800, 5,000,
Good nostalgia.
5,000.
Yeah, I out of the Hondas, I don't mind either an EG coupe or one of these would be the local tattooist. His son's got one. I've moved there a few times. I picked up one from up towards Harvey Bay for him a while back. The right model of these are worth crazy money with the right motor and being manual.
Up next, it's a 1981 Suzuki Stockman, indicating 80,000 kilometers on the clock. Runs a 0.8 litre straight four petrol engine.
0.8.
Four-speed manual transmission, and it's finished in green. Let's see what she's worth.
Alrighty.
What was that crazy little blinky thing she just done?
Burley Hill, current bid 5,200.
Jesus.
Hi, you are currently being recorded.
5,200 now. 5,002 about there, 5,002 now to 5,002 now to 5,002 now to 5,002 now to 5,002 now to
Cool as anything.
I might put me a little. Have you guys ever seen a Subaru Sherpa? It's like a little
Who's got three?
Daihatsu thing. I might do that.
200 goes, bidding for 5,200.
Alright, it's better than that. We'll talk to the top that are on the phone. Get a deal done before dark. Yes.
What's the cheapest deer meat?
560 up
It's
next.
nice.
2006
That sounds like
Hyundai
something
Kia
silly that I'd say,
Sportage.
Peter.
Runs a 1.6 litre straight four petrol engine. It's a 5-speed manual transmission, and it's finished in black. Let's see what she's worth.
Hyundai gets track car. Something I never thought I'd say.
Jesus Christ. People love these little Getzers though. They're very popular. Even the four-door ones are very popular and yeah, they're good sellers.
I'd love to see a video. Get a rip around the track.
3,100. What do you say? 3,100. We all done. Goes bidding for 3,001.
I'm pretty happy with that Liberty result because I'd have been offered 10 grand a couple of times and I'd said yes, but I just never,
This one's indicating 82,000 kilometers on the
I
clock.
just never,
V4 1085
yeah, it was a pain in the ass. So I'm happy with that result. That was bloody good. It's not even worth pissing about on Marketplace, I don't reckon.
Alright, being offered with no reserve. It's the
I think
99
the market's
Honda.
shit at the moment, but if you got the right thing, the right car in the right condition,
Thank you.
I think you can still do all right.
Current bid 1,300. Frank, can I interest you in a bid? It's gonna go. You can swap your
400 in a zinger box.
Put the whole family on this one.
1,003.
I think I'd rather eat the box than the zinger burger. Oh, g'day, buddy. What's going on? You're all wet. It'll start raining. Here's my other mate. Aren't you, buddy? Yeah, you're all wet. Lucky you're not a dog or you'd smell real bad. Wouldn't you? Just idling away.
Awesome bid.
Great work, Anthony.
Good girl.
That hammer's coming down a lot. It's terrific to see. And we welcome you to the garage. We are about to go into the Aussie built classics. I'm talking about Mopars, Fords, and the Holdens. Frank.
Yeah, look, we've got something pretty special. It doesn't even fit into those categories. It's the Cobra coach. It's going to be the first Aussie lot. Things on the market, and it's perhaps the most Australian vehicle there is.
I was starting to think I might go and do some work, but now they're getting through to the stuff that we actually want to see.
A couple of really good VH challenges, like Robbie said, for the Fords, XYGTs, we've got a couple of tributes, XB hardtop, we've got the R-Spec FG GT as well, very awesome car. And one of my favourites, HSVs of all time, the GSR Maloo, finished in Spitfire Green. And it's a manual, less than 10,000 Ks. It ticks all the boxes.
Ugh.
There wouldn't be many on the
Ugh. What do you reckon, buddy?
Calais for the Holds, a really good LC GTR Toronto finishing in the orange, original car, HT GDS Monaro tribute, and of course to finish things off later on the FE. I love a good FE. So just
be
plenty
great.
of them. And lots of others.
So good. I look forward to
We
seeing
love our
those
Aussie
items.
classics.
Yeah, we do. Okay. Well, let's head to Robbie.
Wonder what I can find to take through the auctions next time. I reckon either that dealer pack ED Falcon thing, and I'll swap the seats out for just normal ones,
Hey, buddy.
or maybe the Sherpa.
G'day, Frank. Thank you again, and thank you, of course, to iCars. As Danielle said, they're the best the world. Guys, some great cars going under the hammer in our Euro and Asian markets. So welcome to our Beyond the Hammer report, where we bring to you what happens behind the scenes and what to look out for coming up in the next section with the Aussie market. I mean, geez, we had some great bidding and some great sales, including these gems that I'm going to go through. I hope you got your T and Vickies, guys, and a notepad to write down what we're going to go through here. We've got a bid. Starting with lot 415, we have that 1994 R33 Skyline GTS selling for $20,000.
Thanks for joining in, Antos. Yeah, really appreciate the support, and yeah, I'll my neighbour's RS has a tow bar, which is a put off for me. What do you think? My one had a tow bar on it as well, mate. They're pretty standard. They were a normal family car, dude. So yeah. If it helps, I sort of started this towing company with a Liberty all-wheel drive wagon, like the early 92, 94 model one. Bloody good cars.
Lot 210, a 1928 Essex Super 6. That one sold for $12,200. We got lot 288, a 1972 VW Fastback.
Do you reckon we're going to get a mention in his wrap up? What do you reckon?
7K after the hammer or beyond the hammer. And we got lot 85, 1969, the Chevy Camaro Z28 Rally Sport sold for a whopping $157,600. Great sale there, folks. We got lot 277 and 1975 Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow selling for $20,000, and just came through lot 460 and 1994 Toyota Celica SX $4,000. So going through that, folks, you can see you've got an array from small amounts to the large amounts, everything that we've got here, and it just tells me, folks, that everything is essentially selling today. So make sure you get your bids in today, folks. Lee, it is a great day to buy a classic car, and folks, we've got some unreserved cars coming up in our next segment in the Aussie cars. As Frank just mentioned, something you don't see every day, not even in an auction, that Cobra trailer from 1885. Geez, don't see that very often on the market. So if you're the top bidder, it's yours, that's for sure. Lot 605, another interesting little car. We've got an Aqua car going unreserved as well. And then, like we said before, the two Dodge Chargers, lot 630 and 635, both unreserved on the market. And then we've also got another couple of Chryslers, lot 645, the Chrysler Plainsman Wagon, a little car there, and lot 646 directly after it, that Chrysler Royal. Then we go into the Fords, and I've got a whole sheet here of unreserved cars, folks. It keeps going. So lot 670, we start with a 1970 Ford ZC Fairlane 500 on the market. And lot 688, really cool aqua blue 1974 XB Falcon Coupe with the GS upgrades. We've got lots.
Yeah, the Subarus are bloody good cars. Those Liberties were awesome. Like, yeah.
704, a barn find 77 XC Falcon up on unreserved as well, and lot 722, an 83 XC Falcon GL. And if you can't get that one, we've got the lot 725 after that. The
what did you think of the Aqua Prius?
We've got lot 750.
I'm not sure. Not sure I saw it.
XG Falcon Newton Red. We've got lot 758 and 95 Fairmont Gear, and lot 790 at 2012 FPV GT R Spec. It is on the market, folks. So make sure you get your bids in. Don't miss out on them. Then we head into the holders, and there's even more, folks. Starting with lot 929, a 1990 Toyota Lexus barn find, funnily enough, going into lot 972, a 1982 WB Caprice. We also have something a little different, lot 986. It's a 1979 Holden HZ tow truck, and lot 987, a 1979 Gemini SL. Nice little barn find there. Then we go into the older Holdens, going to lot 1015, a 1973 Holden HQ. This one's set up as a track car, folks. Going into lot 1035. This one's the 1969 Monaro GTS. Another great car being offered completely unreserved today, folks, at Lloyd's Classic Car Auctions. Still got more, folks. Lot 1038, a 1969 HD Kingswood barn find. We've got lot 1043, a 1968 HK Premier in the two-tone blue and white. And then just coming on the market, a beautiful 1987 BL Calais. That is lot 9:45. Folks, the unreserved cars just keep coming. The boys keep selling the cars under the hammer. Folks, it is the best day to be buying a classic car. I'm going to hand it back over to the team. I'm looking forward to the Aussie cars. Bring it on.
Thanks, Robbie. Up next, we've got lot 601. It's an 1885
I
Cobra
haven't had any Priuses through at all. I don't really have an opinion on them. I think that people that have them really like them. They seem to have a following. The only hybrid I've ever had in is actually here right now, a Honda Civic, a 2010 Honda Civic. When I bought it the other day, I didn't even realise it was a hybrid. But yeah, not something I've had a lot to do with. But people that have those Priuses, they seem to. Well, no one speaks badly of them. But yeah.
Just as Robbie got us up to speed beyond the hammer. Current bid $73,000, and the hammer is up.
73 grand.
What an honour it is.
Dude.
Let's give it away to you folks. 73,000 bid.
Who would have thought? Does that surprise anyone else?
It's gonna go. Don't miss it for two. One more bid. Yes. 75 here. That's 75,000 now. 75,000 more than one out of 75,000 now. 75,000 out of $77 now. 77,000 now. 79,000 now. 79,000 now. 79,000 now. 79,000 now. 79. I'm bidding at 79,000 here, folks. What do you say? Don't miss your chance.
Even that Liberty I just sold was obviously the top of the line, all-wheel drive, turbo, manual, and all the rest of it. But when Savannah was born, my eldest, we bought a front-wheel drive, exactly the same car as that white Liberty I just sold, but a front-wheel drive, non-turbo, manual thing. I think we paid $3,800 or something for it because we needed a normal person car, whereas all I had was two-door Monaros and X-Blade GT replicas and crap like that. But Nicole needed a normal person car so we could pick her up from the hospital and stuff. So that's what we bought, was a Liberty, and it was a good car for a long time. It had a really heavy clutch. I think the clutch cable was sort of half seized up or something on it. But yeah, I'm supposed to go and pick up a car, and the lady's ringing me now. She's rang about 4 times since we've been doing this stream. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Oh, I'll actually talk to you. Thank you very much for tuning in. I've got to jump in the truck and go pick up this wreck from out at Runnymede. Yeah, I'll put some thought into the stream next time, and we'll do things properly, and I'll actually work out a car we can take down. So we might make this a monthly thing where I stick a car through the auctions and we can see how they go. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Very much appreciated. I'll do my best to edit the other video that's in the pipeline and get that up the next day or so for you. See you. Thank you. Bye.